What is up, you guys? I am so excited for you guys to be joining me on this new venture. We are going to be learning about how to flip electronics. I personally have done over a quarter million in sales this past year alone. And I'm like super excited to be teaching you guys this. Like this was super life changing for me. I got into this 3 years ago with my husband. At the time, we were both working jobs. I had like two jobs. He was working full time. We were definitely like living paycheck to paycheck. And then when I stumbled across this, it really just changed our lives. Like I think that first month I did over $10,000 in sales. Um, and it just kept growing from there. Like that kind of money changes you. That kind of money gives you the cushion to, not only just pay your bills, but to start investing into better ideas, different ideas, to start you feel what I'm saying? It just gives you so much freedom. And this, like electronic flipping, phone flipping, this is such an easy, accessible way to do it. I started with $60. I think the first thing I bought was a crack 6S for $60. And, I mean, back in the day, I think it was 2017. Uh, so crack 6S when I resold it, I think I sold it for like 210 if I'm not mistaken, or 213, something like that. So I bought it for $60. So you make money, bro. This is like really a dope way to make like some hard cash, especially if you're trying to like come up quick. You don't have a lot of funds that you can be putting out into like a lot of hefty stuff. Like a lot of people right now will be throwing out ideas, which are dope, but not everybody has the money to actually like invest $500 into this or invest $1,000 into this. But this is like the dopest way to get started if you have little to no funds. And if you have a lot, even better. You know what I'm saying? It really just scales for everybody. If you have little, it's easy to scale your way up, and if you have a lot, you're just gonna triple your money. You know what I'm saying? So, this is definitely a dope hustle to acquire and to learn. So in this course, I'm just a quick crash course. I'm gonna be teaching you guys pretty much the fundamentals of phone flipping, and it's just gonna be going over posting ads, how we get the people to contact us. I'm going to be teaching you guys about negotiation tips, how to close sales, how to convince people to come to us so we're not traveling to people, how to get repeat clients, how to get people to refer their friends and family to you. I'm going to be teaching you guys about how to praise on eBay. I'm going to be giving you guys lists of my personal wholesalers that I use. I'm going to be teaching you guys all about, how to list on eBay, how to ship properly once your item has sold. I'm going to be teaching you guys how to check the items, how to check IMEI numbers, my personal websites that I use to check all these things. I'm pretty much going to be teaching you guys exactly how I've made over a quarter million in sales doing this. I'm going to be teaching you guys everything that I've done personally, what I've used personally, and what I know, my experience and my knowledge. So hopefully this really it changes a lot of your guys' lives the same way it did mine. And that's like my whole purpose of even doing this course is to, especially right now, we're in a freaking pandemic, like nationwide, worldwide, whatever. And I'm still over here like hustling, making money. Like people around me left and right are like jobless, not paying their bills. Everything's like if the light bill companies were shutting off lights, their bills would be shut off. Like, and I'm over here like still thriving. I'm still doing good. We still out here making money. It's recession proof. Maybe it's recession proof. So it's a smart and definitely like the wisest hustle, bro. Like I swear, like I'm super pumped to be teaching you guys. I'm super pumped that you guys actually made the decision to do this. I've helped multiple of my family members and friends do this and change their lives around. Even my own mom, like my mom, I got her starting into the flipping about 2 years ago, and she was working like 3 jobs, like seriously hardworking 3 jobs when she started. And now, like she just moved into like this new dope spot in Jacksonville, like she's just living her best life now. Like she works like what 20 hours a week and makes like big money, man. Like this ain't no joke. Like when I'm telling you that it's not unusual for you to be having 900 and $1,000 days, that's regular. Like you should be, once you grow up to, you've mastered your sales techniques and you're putting out your ads daily, be expecting like really hefty days. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely life changing, and I'm excited. So let's jump right into this. Hey guys, so this video is going to be about posting ads. My main platforms that I use to post my ads is Craigslist.com and then Facebook. Facebook Marketplace and Facebook groups. So I'm going to be teaching you guys how exactly to post ads, how to get them to stick, so that the most people can see them, and what exactly you're supposed to be using. So we're going to just jump right into it. I'm going to start with Craigslist first. It's my personal favorite. I'm going to share my screen with y'all real quick. Okay, so with Craigslist, this for me is important. Guys, if you know anything about Craigslist, you know that there's a lot of options that you can post for free. from my 3 years of doing this from posting on Craigslist, I would just recommend to do the paid way. It is $3 a post, but your stuff's actually gonna stick. Like I had the hardest time personally when I first started. I only did like free ads because I was like, it's free. I'm trying to save that $3. I'm trying to save some money. Those my ads never stuck. My competitors were constantly flagging me and removing my ads, or just the Craigslist algorithm in general would just like cancel my ad out, and nobody. I was like getting like little to none leads on all my ads. It was a mess. Like, see how this is all green right here? This is like pink because they're expired. They expire after 30 days, but when they get like deleted, they're like orange. Like, oh, my whole page was just orange. I never had anything stick. It was awful. And then a buddy of mine, opened my eyes up to like actually doing paid ads, and boy, was I not tripping over the dollar to like freaking not make 10. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you can't, in this game, you really can't trip over a penny. Like, you cannot trip over $3 because if I post a $3 ad, it's bringing me back a couple hundred per ad, period. You feel what I'm saying? So we're just gonna get right into how to make your ads look like this, beautiful and green, like how we like it, and to get them to stick. And also, I will be posting all this like algorithm stuff in the PDF files. So what you're gonna want to do is go to Craigslist.com. The page looks like this is like the home page. You're going to want to make sure that your city's in there. You're gonna want to have your city in, so it's logged into your city. You're gonna click on create a posting. Let's choose a location that fits you best. Mine's the city of Atlanta. You're gonna want to. This is what I used to do. I used to do wanted by owner. That's free. That's for the birds. Don't touch that junk. This stuff is whack. You want to do wanted by dealer. Okay, that's what you're gonna want to click. Now, our posting title and our description. Now this is a little wild. This is why I'm going to be making like a PDF file for you guys, because you guys don't even have to worry about this. Like, don't even worry about this. This literally is going to be a copy and paste for you guys. Like, we can delete that crap. That's just fun. You see how long that is? This is how you want your Craigslist ads to look if you want your ads to be successful. If you want to be the first person up on the page when people look for you. When people type in iPhone buyer, when people type in iPad buyer, tablet buyer, smartwatch buyer, MacBook buyer, you want to be one of the first people, if not the first person to pop up on that list. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be on page 2. You want to be on page 1. So this, for instance, if somebody were to type in Apple Pens, I'm popping up because I have Apple Pens written in here so many different times. That's just the way the algorithm works. Like, I have it already written out for you, like I said, because this junk took a minute to write. You definitely want to, I forgot what I was saying. I lost my train of thought. Anyway, so this is pretty much how you want your ads to look. It looks messy, it looks like a lot, but this is definitely how you want them to look. What I usually do is you always want your posting title to match, copy and paste that. You always want the posting title to match the top, like the top bar of the description. So how it says, top iPhone buyer, we buy iPhone 11 Pro Max, iPhone. If you want it to be this. So just copy and paste that front thing and put it there. Mind you, you can change this up. You can make it say top iPad buyer. You can make it say top MacBook buyer. You can make it just say phone buyer. You can make it say I don't know, whatever. You can be creative with your titles. Just always make sure that you copy the posting title to like the top bar of your description. That's important. You can add a price, you can not add a price. I personally don't add a price. Put in your zip code. You feel what I'm saying? Like I said, you're going to want to go through and add your own personal number. My number's in there. You want to add your own personal number. And then also another thing you guys want to change up is down here. Okay, see, like down here, I have all my cities under locations. You're just going to want to put all the cities around you. Again, this is for somebody. If somebody's in Douglasville and it's going to pop up. My ad's going to pop up. This is how like the algorithm works. You definitely want it. You want to like put in as much as you can so that you're not missing anything. You know what I'm saying? After this, you're going to want to put show my number. You want to click phone calls okay and text okay. Then you just want to put your number down. And a contact name. That's fine. That's cool. And then that's it. That's literally all you do. You can, like I said, you can put the price. I personally don't. You can put the neighborhood. I personally don't. Whatever. I don't care. You're gonna click continue. Skip this. Just continue right through this. Don't even need this. Okay. Add images. This is super simple, you guys. This junk is not hard. You're gonna want to add images. Okay. For me, I have a phones folder. Where is that? Okay, so is this the right one? No, it's not, is it? I have so many phone ads, it's ridiculous. Hold on. There it is. So what you're gonna want to do is, this is what I personally do. If you guys know how to use like Photoshop or even easier like Canva, if you guys heard of like Canva.com, go under another random city in the United States, like type in like Los Angeles, and then when you go under there, type in like phone buyer and see what pops up. Steal their ad pictures and then copy out, like blank out their number, add your number, and then just use those photos for yourself. It saves a lot of time because honestly, who the heck knows how to make? Oh, I'm gonna show you. Who knows how to make this? I don't know how to make this stuff. I'm gonna show you. Hold on. Let's let this thing load. My phone's over here ringing. Like, this stuff is like, I'm not good with like all this kind of like picture putting together, so that's what I usually do. Like, see how it's like they add like a little AirPod. I don't know how to do that stuff, so I just take everybody else's ad, and it's not hurting them because they're in different cities. Don't do it to your own city because people get pissed off, and then they'll like hire people to like attack you via like trying to delete your ads. You just don't want to mess with that, so definitely just do it like from other cities, like in the United States. I took mine from, I think, like, I don't know, I don't even remember. It just wasn't anywhere. It wasn't anywhere in Georgia. You feel what I'm saying? So. And then I just whited out their number and added my own number. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would recommend to do. It's easier. At the end of the day, you don't want to reinvent the wheel. Just take what is already working. So that's literally what you do. You're gonna make your ad on Canva. You're gonna get it. I have like a portfolio of, I don't know how many did I have, like 6 that I just keep reusing. So you always want to have, like, I wouldn't recommend that having more than 6. Just because you want your ad, you want it to look consistent. You want people to like recognize you. You know what I'm saying? And also gives like a sense of like comfort almost. Like, oh, this person looks familiar. I've seen this person's ad a lot when I've been looking. So a lot of times people have told me like they have liked or they give me a call rather than somebody else because the way that they've seen my ads consistently. So you definitely want to have about 6 and just rotate them. And again, the whole script, like that whole script that I like, this literally. Oh, well, I deleted it. Crap. Okay, I'll show you guys later. But that whole script that, like, for the Craigslist posting, literally copy and paste that every single time. Do not change nothing. The only thing you need to change is that top bar in the description and then the title. Because you want to have everything. You want smartwatches, you want MacBooks, you want laptops, you want tablets, you want iPads, you want Apple Watch. You want to cover everything. So, like, anytime anyone wants to sell something, if they want to sell this Nintendo Switch buyer, you want to be the first person that pops up. So you just want to be creative with your title. Your title postings, just because you want to be as diverse as you can possibly be. But all that long stuff that's in the PDF file, you guys copy and paste that every single time. You don't have to worry about that. I did all the hard work for that, so cool. So we're gonna click done with images here. This is so easy. This literally should take you like 10 minutes to post your ads every morning. I mean, I have multiple accounts. It takes me about 30 minutes to do all of mine, but I mean, come on, like. If you're starting off and you just have like one Craigslist account, one Facebook account, you should take no more than 10 minutes, and you need to post. This is important. You need to be posting every single day consecutively. Do not miss a day. A lot of times, beginners make the mistake to stop posting. Like, oh, they'll be posting. All of a sudden, they've had like 3 like days. Like, oh my God, I made $450, I made $500, I made $600. I'm not going to post today because today was such a heavy day. It was such a good day. I promise you that will bite you in the ass about 3 days later. You want to post every single day, because on the days you don't, it comes in like it's always 3 days later. It's never like 2 days. It's always like on that 3rd day and then the 4th day. And then however many days you took off, it hits about 3 days later. And you don't want that, trust me. It's a pain in the butt. Always just take 10 minutes out of your day, set your alarm, put on a TV show, listen to your music, whatever. Just find a chill environment and just post your ads. It really is not much. And it definitely is like better in the long end. Like, it's not fun when you like start having slow days because you missed your ads because you had $600 day on that day and you didn't post, and all of a sudden you're out of money. You're not making no money for 3 days because your ads aren't being circulated. They're dead. You know what I'm saying? You always want to keep new ads flowing and rotating through the system. Okay, so here we're just gonna click continue posting in Atlanta, and then what you're gonna want to do is just fill out all your card information. And then your address, just your card information. And then you click pay $3. I'm not going to do this over done after the day. But you're going to click pay $3, and then that's literally it. And then it should send you an email to your account. By the way, you guys should make a Craigslist account. You just sign up with an email. Pretty straightforward. But once you do that, you pay, and then your ad's up and running for 30 whole days. It's what's nice about doing paid ads is that, let me show you. So like right here, I'm gonna let's type in iPad buyer in Atlanta and see what pops up. Okay, catch your phones, catch your phones. None of these are me. This is me right here, right? You see this guy right here? You see how I can click this little X on him right here? I can tell you right now that this person is like he's doing free ads. Like I'm gonna click a bunch of his X's, right? I'm gonna hide his ads. So now, how do we do it? Hold on, where is it? Okay, so see right here, if I click 28 hidden posts right here, I can see his ad right here. I can literally, I can like report him. That's what it is. I can report him because he didn't have a paid ad, he had a free ad, and I can flag him. See, look, I just flagged him. His post is not taken down right now because of what I just did. And look, and also like look at this. You see how like the stupid junk that he has to like charter guide. It's just like it's like they have to scam. They have to like trick the algorithm of Craigslist to even have their thing posted. It's a mess. You don't want to mess with free ads. Trust me, it's a mess. It's so messy. Like doing paid ads might cost you $3. I would recommend to do at least 2 a day, so like $6 a day. But your ads sit. Look, these are all me. Your ads sit. This is all me. People aren't competing with me in my city right now. Like this is all me. You feel what I'm saying? Like my ads stick, they stay stuck, and people hit me up because why? I'm the only person up here. People like this guy right here, they pay people like overseas solely to get different Craigslist account and block everybody, report the hell out of everybody. You want to avoid that at all costs because that will F up with your business. You know what I'm saying? If people are reporting your posts and your things aren't being seen and you're not realizing it, you're not making money. So don't trip over $3 to get to $600 for the day. You know what I'm saying? It's really, you know what I'm saying? When you look at it from that perspective, it's a no-brainer. So definitely only do the paid ads unless for some reason you have like some hidden knowledge that I just don't know about free ads. But for the most part, like I said, it's for the birds. I would just stay away from it. Okay, let me just show you really quick about like taking the pictures. So let's just look at Los Angeles. Oh wait, no. We would go to like here, type in Los Angeles, and then let's just type in iPhone buyer, whatever. Oops. Why didn't this thing pop up? I did something wrong. Hold on. Okay, that was right. So, iPhone. Okay, so see, I must have sold this person's ad. Okay, see, like I just copied out his number because I have this same picture. Oh, it's really only this one guy. He's killing it. He must be making so much money. Oh my god. And this guy too. But this guy's like, he's like going heavy with it. Sheesh. Okay, but like, look, let's just say you like this ad, right? Just screenshot this ad. Screenshot this on your computer, or like somehow, just save it onto your computer, download it, and then just take it to Canva, make a free account, block out his number, add your number on Canva, save it, and now you got your ad. You didn't have to do, they're making these little things. I don't know how they do that junk. I'm not that techie. Like, what? I don't know how to do that junk, but they're doing it. They're doing all the work for you. That's what I would recommend to doing. It's so much easier. Oh, look, he does my, see, look at this. He has my algorithm. Just look at that. Oh, and then he's like, oh no, that's old stuff. Shoot, you might try stealing his thing too. You know what I'm saying? He's in a different, as long as it's, even if it's in your same business, shit, like, all is fair. You know what I'm saying? Shoot. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to the other platform that I use, which is Facebook. I'm gonna start with Facebook Marketplace. For me personally, this is the most effective way of getting leads. I use groups too. I always recommend to consistently post with your groups. You can post up to 10 up to 10 Facebook groups a day. But I don't know, groups, Marketplace just hits different. Like it will get like 134 people in a day, whereas the groups, it's sort of hit or miss sometimes, at least for me in my city. There's other people that I know that are in different cities, and the groups kill it for them. So like I said, you definitely want to post, try everything out in the beginning. Give it especially the first month, just post, and you'll start to notice like, oh, I'm getting hit up via text message from Craigslist a lot, or I'm getting my marketplace ads are going crazy, or my groups are getting commented a lot. You'll start to notice it, and then you'll start to know which to invest into more. You know what I'm saying? Because I know some people personally that don't. They did the paid Craigslist ads, which kill it for me. I love paid Craigslist ads, but it was not working for them, and they just stopped paying it because you don't want to continue putting money into something that's like barely giving you. You know what I'm saying? There was like no leads coming from it, but. So you definitely just want to play by ear, definitely test the waters, and how it's going in your city. So I'm gonna teach you guys right now how to do marketplace ads. And then again, this is all super easy and super basic. It's like so easy. Like I don't know why more people aren't doing this. This is like the most basic, easiest hustle, I swear. So what you want to do is, when you're on your Facebook, you want to get to marketplace. Once you're in marketplace, it should take you to like this page. You're gonna want to click sell something. You want to click item for sale, and then here is it again, basic. What are you selling? This is important. So in the beginning of you first posting on marketplace, you might be able to get away for a few months even with posting like, phone buyer, cash for sale, and I have like a picture of like the phone ad that I have that Craigslist link. You might be able to get away with it for a few months, but in the long run, it will F up your account. Like eventually the Facebook like robots will start detecting you and just like shutting you down. And once you get up and having, like, especially if marketplace is like your main source of like leads and stuff, you don't want to put yourself in that position. So this is a super safe way to go about it. And I'm gonna teach you guys. So with marketplace, you want to use the title as if it's actually something that you're selling. So I would put like iPhone, it doesn't have to look fancy, like iPhone XS Max, 256 gigabyte, gold, whatever. The price, make a freaking random price, $654, $654. Select a category. You're going to go down and do mobile phones, condition, use like new, literally random. Then you're going to click a photo. Now, when you use these photos, again, I have in the course, like if you go back, I have the whole download of like over 250 ad photos that you guys can use for marketplace and groups. I wouldn't really recommend them so much for Craigslist. Like I would recommend doing the method that I talked about earlier, like just sort of making your own with your number, because that's way more effective rather than doing like an ad like this. Like this picture right here is just not as effective on Craigslist for me for some reason, or just in general. It's just better to have it look more flashy and tacky with like all the little phones and AirPods and like laptops pasted in like your big bold number. It just looks better on Craigslist. But for marketplace, you want to do something like this. Like, so you want to have in the title iPhone XS Max 256 gold, and then in the picture you want to have a picture of like an iPhone with like money and then I buy phones. You know what I'm saying? And then it says just in the description, I describe your item. You're gonna put buying new and used smartphones, electronics, or whatever, cash today. Message me for a quote. And that's what you want your marketplace ads to look like. You want the titles to be authentic. You want it to look like it's, so if a bot sees it, he wants to sort of scan and read iPhone XS Max 256 gold. Like it looks like you're actually selling something. You want the picture to be in there of a phone, and then you want and mind you, this is another thing. Like I could literally put like an XR or an 11 Pro Max. It doesn't have to match the title. That's just I just happened to pick a gold XS Max. That wasn't planned. But it really doesn't have to match it at all. And you just repeat that again. You can just repeat that. Always be different, And then you can also switch it up and input like here, like let's do another one really quick. You can do iPad Pro, 256 gigabyte, 11-inch. You can do this again, whatever, a different price, $9.90. And then for iPads or smartwatches, anytime you do like one of those type of ads, always do it under electronics and computers. So that way, now you're reaching a whole different section of leads. Like now you're reaching people who are looking under electronics and computers rather than just mobile phones. So you just want to be flooding the market. You know what I'm saying? And then I would do, I don't know if I have one under here. I'm so sure I have them under like the folder that I gave you guys, but where is that folder on here for me? Oh, here it is. No, it's not gonna let me do it. I downloaded it weird on my computer. I'm trying to find like an iPad picture. I know I have one somewhere. Whatever, let's just use this. I have like other ones that just say like I buy iPads. Those are really effective. Like anytime you have like a picture that just says like I buy iPads, I buy smartwatches, and you're just posting for that, you're narrowing down your audience to people who want to sell their smartwatches, people who want to sell iPads, people who want to sell MacBooks, and that's usually very effective. But it's okay. So look, this is like another one. Buying Apple products today with a little fire emoji. This is another good ad. And then you just want to click next, And then you just want to click Marketplace. Do not click, these are the groups. You don't want to click the groups here. You just want to click that. And then that's how you post. You can literally, let me try to find it to show you guys. Okay, look, there's like an I buy iPads thing. And then you have like people, you feel what I'm saying? People just will hit you up, man. There it is. So eventually, once people actually start to see it, oops, that's another thing. You can boost your listens too. I don't recommend doing it this way, but that's an option if you want more people to see it. It's like putting like $5 into it a day and just have your listings boosted. But look, it'll show you how many people has viewed it. And that's how you do marketplace ads. So now we're gonna move on to groups. And what you're gonna want to do for groups, no, that's not what you're going to do. You want to go back to Facebook, you want to go down to groups. And you're going to want to, okay, this is also important, I'm tripping. You want to add yourself to like every buy and sell page within a 40-mile radius of you. So look on your map if you have to. If you've been at your place for a while and you just know it, look at all the counties, look at all the cities, and just add yourself. Type in, you need to go under here and you need to type in, I don't know, like buy and sell. Look, Douglasville, Georgia. I'm already joined, but you feel what I'm saying? You need to be adding yourself to all these buy and sell groups, because the more you add yourself to these groups, the more people are seeing your ads. The more people seeing your ads, the higher the law of numbers is. The more people are going to respond to you, the more people are going to accept your offers. So that's what you want to do for that. So okay, so once you've been accepted, and honestly, some of the groups accept you right away. Some take days, some take a little bit longer. But in a few days, you should have at least 20 groups added to you. I mean, the goal is to have close to 100 in total. That's like what you need to be shooting for. You really just want to go crazy with it. I know it depends for different places that you're in, but for the most part, you definitely want to add yourself to as many buy and sell, trade, yard sale, garage sale, those type of groups as much as you can. But once you are on here, what you're going to want to do is click on sell something. So all the pages just have this, and you're just going to click sell something. They're going to ask you what you're selling. Now with this, you can be creative. With groups, like Marketplace, you're not going to get like audited by the bots. Like the bots are going to come with it. This is like audited by actual like human people. Like there's actually like someone on here who's like the member, like, let me see if I can find them. Like the person who created the group. And 9 times out of 10, these groups it has 14,000 members. He's not knowing what every single person's posting. So 9 times out of 10, your post is not going to get flagged. So groups are pretty cool for that. So I would put like top phone buyer cash on the spot as my title. My price, $1,000, and then describe your item. I would just use the same. I'm gonna make a little list for you guys. Just to copy and paste your descriptions, because again, it's pretty straightforward. I usually tend to use like the same 3 ones over and over again. I just actually have to write them out for you guys, so you can just copy and paste it, and that will be super super easy for you guys. But like for right now, let's just do. I'll capitalize that. Buying all iPhones and Samsungs for cash today. It does not have to look pretty. For cash today, cash equals okay. No power. Blacklisted. Okay. And then just message me for a quote. And then add your photo. Again, your photo under here is the same photos that you use for Marketplace. So unlike the document that is in the group, you can use any one of those. Whatever, just something that catches people's eye. And then this is the easy part also. Instead of having to do this 10 individual times on 10 individual groups a day, you can just click next. And then it gives you the option to click, whatever, 10 groups. If you're doing it from your laptop, this is a warning. It will let you go over 10 groups for some reason. Like, look, I can just click up till, I don't know. It's still letting me go. I'm at 17. Don't do it. You'll get blocked. Facebook will block you for like a week, sometimes a month. So only just do max 10 a day. That's important. only post to 10 groups a day, 10 groups or less, and then just publish. Oops, I accidentally posted somewhere in Kentucky. That's okay. And that's how you do it. That's how you post Facebook groups and Facebook Marketplace. If you guys have any questions about that, you can feel free to DM me. You can feel free to message me. That was pretty straightforward, I feel like. But again, if you guys have any questions, just feel free to hit me up, and I'll get your answer, and I'll try to answer as best as I can. These are pretty easy to do. And again, you just want to do it as consistently as you possibly can. You want to do one marketplace ad per account. So another thing that I would recommend to do, especially if you want to scale up quicker, is use other people's accounts. Like personally for me, I use my brother, I use my sister, I use my husband. So I have multiple accounts that I'm posting off of, because if you're making money off one account, you just times it by 4, you know what I'm saying, you just quadrupled your income on that, from that one stream of like lead getting, that one platform. With my Craigslist ads, I use 3 different emails that I post off of each. Craigslist, you want to do one paid ad per email. So I have 3 accounts personally. I do 3 paid ads a day. With my Facebook groups, I post to each account that I have. I post to Marketplace once and the groups once, 10 times in total. But you do that one for each account a day. You don't want to double do it, because again, you don't want to risk yourself getting blocked or like reported or anything like that. You just want to keep it under the radar, play it safe. So yeah, that's about everything, honestly, for posting ads. Like I said, if you guys have any more questions, feel free to message me, and I will try to get them squared away. Hi, you guys. In this video, we are going to be learning about ad negotiation, ad response, appraising items, and we're going to jump right into that. So the last video, we learned about how to post our ads on Craigslist, how to post our ads on Marketplace and Facebook Marketplace and Facebook groups, and how to get them to stick. If you've been doing that consecutively for a few days, you're going to start to see your leads start piling in. And now you have all these people in your inboxes and in your phone hitting you up, trying to sell their items, their iPhones, their iPads, their tablets, whatever. And you need to figure out how to respond back to them, how to close the deal with them, how to get them to agree on the price that works for you and make it think that it's working for them. How to get them to drive to you so you're not driving all over town, looking stupid if people don't show up and then you're 30 minutes out when you wasted your gas. We're going to cut that in the nub. We're going to figure out how to go on eBay and look up appraisals for items to see real. I have in the links below, I believe, the wholesalers that I use. So I'm going to teach you guys how to appraise via wholesaler and appraise via eBay. It depends. Like honestly, 9 times out of 10 for me, especially now, maybe back in the day when I first started, the phone carriers were a different deal, but now they're super strict. Like back in the day with Verizon, old Verizon phones used to be unlocked. You could take, if someone went to the Verizon store, that phone was automatically unlocked. You could take it right over to Sprint and it would work for Sprint. Now, Verizon's not like that. Verizon locks every carrier now locks their phone. The only one that's like the best, I would say right now, is AT&T, because AT&T, if it's not been reported stolen or if it's not been blacklisted, let's just say, like this phone is an AT&T phone, right? If I were to sell it right now, like not pay my bill on it, I still owed $600 on this phone. If I were to sell it to Jerry across the street, Jerry could take this phone, pop in his AT&T SIM card, and still use it, as long as I didn't like report it stolen or somehow get it blacklisted, which would pretty much just be by reporting it stolen or reporting it lost, like via your iCloud. So that's pretty much that. That's the only time I ever sell a phone on eBay, if it's like AT&T, because usually you can get about 40 to 50 bucks more. But other than that, all my phones go straight to my direct buyers, my wholesalers. So, but everything else, like pretty much like iPads, MacBooks, and you really gotta play it by ear, because there's sometimes when I'll be buying a MacBook and I'll get so much, so and so for it on eBay. But then there's sometimes when the wholesalers, after all the fees on eBay and the fees compared to PayPal with just the direct buyers, it ends up being like a $10 difference. eBay's paying $10 more, but like the risk on eBay can be so much more higher rather than selling it to somebody that that you're, it's just like a person who just does this. You know what I'm saying? On eBay, you don't know who's buying it. It could be a scammer, it could be whatever, but you feel what I'm saying? Like sometimes it's just easier to sell it to wholesalers, and we're gonna talk about that a little bit. I might have to make 2 videos of this just because there is gonna be a lot of information in this, but for now we're just gonna focus on responding to the leads, responding to what people are hitting you up saying. And that's what we're going to focus on right now. So now, actually below, I'm going to put like a script also, which in the beginning is going to be super helpful. After a while, your phone will just, I've noticed for me, after you've been writing stuff over and over again, because when you're doing this, it's like I said, if you're doing this consecutively, if you're posting your ads every single day, like I'm telling you, like clockwork, you'll start getting like a lot of people hitting you up. You know what I'm saying? And you're going to be responding the same thing over and over to people. And your phone will just automatically, like, once you type in yes, it's going to just fill the rest of the sentence for you, which is nice. But in the beginning, the script definitely helps, and I'm going to have that below in the PDF files, so you can say that to your phone or to your computer and just copy and paste that all day, every day. But for now, the best way to learn, if you ask me, is by just doing it. So we're going to screen share my computer, and I'm going to go on my actual Facebook, and we're going to try to close some sales on my Facebook. It's a little late, so hopefully there's somebody out there who will actually respond to us. So let's see. Screen. Okay, so we're on my Facebook. We are going to, let's see. Oh, hallelujah. Okay, Britt. Britt hit up one of my marketplace ads. Yep, this is a marketplace ad, and said, "Is this available?" Okay, "Is this available?" is like what 9 times out of 10 people are gonna say, just because it's like the automatic button. Or like when people are interested, they just click the picture of the button, it just automatically says, "Is this available?" I've tried like I've been doing this for, like I said, 3 years. The way I say this is the most direct way, believe it or not. Like it sounds dumb, like it sounds like, why is this even a big deal? Trust me, I don't know why, but this is like the most direct way to get, like, you want to keep this conversation short but sweet, and you want to get to the result, which is agreement on price, or just getting to the price, and yeah, as quick as you not as quick as you possibly can, but you want to be just efficient. You don't want to waste time. You just want to be very direct with your words, especially since you're typing. Like if you're on the phone talking, it's different. But these people, they just texted you. They just texted 10 other people. You don't know. You have to stand out to people. You have to, you know what I'm saying? You have to catch people's eye, because like I said, you're not on the phone, you're not talking to them, you're just like another person on the field of other people on Facebook. Like it's just different when it's texting. So you have to be as direct as you possibly can be. I respond back to, "Is this still available?" I say, "Yes. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. What are you looking to sell?" Okay. Every single time. My phone automatically just does it for me at this point. So we sent that. I am praying that she's going to respond. It is like 12, it's midnight over here, so, but she just responded to me, so hopefully she responds back, but we'll give it a few seconds because she did just message me, so. Okay, so she just seen it. So let's responds back, and then we'll get this thing started. Seen by Britt. Britt is typing. I can hear my kids screaming watching this little baby bone show. An important thing is, like, if you want an answer out of people, okay, she just responded, but if you want to answer out of people and you feel like you want to answer, never do like question mark, question mark, question mark. Like, just that is like classic textbook texting rude 101. Like, people get agitated by that. Like, just don't do that. Okay, so she responded and said, 11 Pro Max iPhone. And she sent me an emoji. This is dope. Okay, so texting is like accents. Everybody has one. Believe it or not, when you match people's rhythm when it comes to texting, they subconsciously will like you more than they. I'm sure she's texted multiple other people, multiple other phone buyers out there. But let's try to close her and bring this computer closer. Let's try to close her and see what's up right now, because I feel like I can do this. Okay, so she said 11 Pro Max. I'm not. The first thing you want to do is you want to respond with something positive. You want to be like, awesome, great, cool. You never want to just like go right into business. You always want to be positive. It just is, that's like sales 101. So I'm going to be like, great, exclamation point. Okay, so this is what we have to figure out. We know what kind of phone it is. She answered that for us. So now we need to figure out the carrier of the phone, the condition of the phone. Honestly, and that's pretty much it. You don't really need to know anything else. We can talk about other things as it goes further, but for now, that's like the basics. You just want to get the condition and the carrier. I'm gonna say, great. What carrier is it with? Question mark. Why can't you send it? I wish you told me if she was like messaging me back or not. Cricket Wireless. Okay, so Cricket Wireless is AT&T's sister company. It's not exactly AT&T. So again, whenever you are appraising any carrier, unless it is like unlocked from the Apple Store, unlocked, it has to be bad ESM. So we're going to go under eBay, and we are going to appraise this phone. So again, personally, you guys, you know what? Let me find really quick for you guys. I just realized I don't have. Do I have it on here? I do all my wholesalers on my phone. Let me figure out how to get it up here. 1 second. Okay, my fault, guys. I should have had that up right now. I'm gonna share my screen again. I just had to go on my email and find my wholesaler's link. I don't know. I should have just had that up. Okay, so let's get back to this one. Let me pull her back up. There she is. Okay, so she said Cricket Wireless. Honestly, you want to be more direct with it. I just like took like 5 minutes off to find my wholesaler list on my laptop because, like I said, I have it on my phone, but not on my laptop. Okay, so this is the next thing I want to do. That's important. So now you're gonna ask her. Okay, you're gonna say like, okay, cool. That's how you're gonna respond to her. She told you the carrier. You don't have to be as great, awesome with the next response. You can be like, okay, cool. Any damages? Because remember, the things we want to get out from her, from every person that contacts us, is what kind of item it is, what is the carrier of it if it's a phone, and what if there's any damages, like what's the condition of it. So we're gonna send that to her. I'm like, okay, cool, any damages, and that will let us know. So let's go under another thing here is that we can assume. I always assume that it's used unless they tell you otherwise. Because if you like give a price and after a while it will eventually come up that it is new. But for now, I mean, I can just sort of, I've been doing this for a long time. I know what's used. I know it's new. I don't know how to also explain it to you guys, but you can ask too. You can always be like, I mean, once she responds to okay, cool, any damages, we'll know. Because she's either going to be like, no, brand new in box, or she's going to be like, no damages, or yeah, it has a crack or whatever. So we're just going to wait on that response. But for now, let's just see. So now we know it's an 11 Pro Max. Always appraise it at the lowest gigabyte. I know that you have 64 gigabytes, 256, 128, 512. Always just appraise at 64 unless they tell you otherwise. That's a little trick because it is always nice when you appraise them at the lowest gigabyte and you meet up with that person and you're running the email, you're checking the phone out, and that phone ends up being a 256 gigabyte and you just profited all that extra money because they've agreed to your 64 base model gigabyte price. And that's always nice. That happens all the time. So always appraise the lowest gigabyte unless they bring it up otherwise. She's not responding. Okay, we really don't even need her to respond at this point. I mean, hopefully she did. Oh, look, she did. Okay, but now, well, let's see what she says about the damage. Because now we need to know how to appraise it, like what we need to appraise it as. I was singing my son's songs more than I was singing normal music, I swear. In my head all day, every day. Oh my god, this girl must be tired. She's messaging slow. I wish it told me she was messaging back. Oh my goodness. Okay, whatever. Some water damage, nothing extreme. Okay. I'm glad that someone like this said something. Water damage usually means no power. And 9 times out of 10, also, it's cracked. Okay, so we're going to figure out, like, what you mean by water damage. Because a lot of times, when I tell you, I've had people tell me that they've had a mint-condition phone, and then I go and, like, I've met up with them, and this one has, like, hella cracks in it. I'm like, I thought you guys said this was me. That's why you got to be so direct with what you say. You need to get to the bottom of stuff. You need to be just ask blank questions. Like, I'm going to be like, she said, it's some water damage, nothing extreme. I'm going to be like, okay. Does it still turn on and work? A lot of times, if a phone, like the screen won't turn on, but they can feel it vibrate, they'll be like, oh yeah, it still turns on. Like, no, does it still work? At this point, she said some water damage is nothing extreme. So when it comes to damages, you can have water damages, you can have no power, you can have cracks, you can have the front crack, the back crack, both cracked. You can have LCD damage. What LCD damage is like those green lines, colorful lines are going up through your screen, like that black ink that comes in it, or like white. Have you ever seen like on the white background, but it looks like there's like a white dot on the screen? That's LCD damage. LCD damage is also when you're touching the screen and like the touch is off. That means like the digitizer is like out of whack, like it's awful. That's what LCD damage is. That tends to be a little bit more pricier than just like a cracked screen. So you always want to verify. You just want to get to the bottom of things. So when you're giving them a quote, you're actually quoting them for what's like the correct like quote. You don't want to like meet up with them and be like, ooh, actually it's $50 less than what I told you what we agreed to before you drove over here. But so you just want to ask as many questions as you can, be as direct as you possibly can, and just get to the bottom of it to give them that clean quote. So right now we're just going to figure out what's going on. Personally, for me, when it comes to like water damage phones or no power phones, I usually sell them on eBay. Wholesalers tend to not pay too good for them, but we're going to compare prices and see. I'm going to show you guys how to do all that. Yes, it works perfectly fine in all its normal functions. It just has a history with the water. This is what I have to like. What? Okay, so are there? I feel like this person's being like. And like, what does that mean? It just had a history with water. Like, is it a mermaid? Like, what? It's a phone. Like, why would she say that? So that's what we have to figure out. Like, is there any like issues? She said works perfectly fine in all its normal functions. Just had a history with water. LCD issues. Okay, so she said it was perfectly fine. We have to figure out these cracks. That's definitely. I don't even know why she would bring up water damage if there wasn't like something else wrong with it. Like that's like if my phone had water damage and then it worked perfectly fine, I wouldn't have even brought up the fact that there was like it fell in water at one point. Like that's an odd thing to bring up. But then people are odd. People are different. So you have to just work with people the way they are. You have to meet them at their level. Notice how she used like emojis when she first texted us. When people use emojis, they tend to be like a certain type of texture. So feel free when people use emojis to match that, to use emojis as well. You tend to close a lot more sales when you match people's like enthusiasm. A lot of times sometimes I have people write me a message this long talking about, okay, see, look, the LCD works great, but the back is completely shattered. There it is. Okay, so the LCD, so she said the LCD works great. Okay, so I'm gonna just verify that the LCD works. Okay, so no touch issues or lines or colors on the screen. So back shattered is automatically C grade. Direct buyers grade used phones as A grade, B grade, and C grade. A grade is mint condition, fresh out of the box, plastic just taken off, nothing on it. B grade is I'm going to be honest with you, 9.5 times out of 10, you have a B grade phone. Like you might think that it is, oh yeah, well looks good. When I'm telling you, these buyers be taking flashlights and they be inspecting that stuff. If they see a small scratch on like this, they're like, oh, that's B grade. Like seriously, that's how they work over like in overseas countries and stuff like that. So you definitely always want to pay for this B grade. If you happen to rarely get an A grade phone, like it's the same thing with the Gigabyte. Like, oh, you put an extra $20 in your pocket. That's cool. Okay, so she said, nope, crystal clear. So now we know that this phone is an 11 Pro Max. We're going to automatically appraise it as the lowest gigabyte, which for the 11 Pro Max is 64 gigabytes. We know that it's Cricket Wireless, which is carrier locked. We know that she said there was water damage. It doesn't sound like, as long as the LCD is working, I don't know why she would even bring that up. Maybe like fell in water and that's how it cracked, and she felt the need to plug a backstory. But if there's no like LCD issues, it's just C grade. That's just cracked. So let's go under our easy price list. Okay, so you can see here, these are used iPhone prices. You have unlocked carrier, AT&T carrier, T-Mobile carrier, and Verizon or CDMA carrier. CDMA also just means Xfinity Mobile, Sprint, any of those other ones. There's a lot of like Spectrum, like there's a lot of little weird phone carriers. Boost Mobile, those are all CDMA carriers, so you would always just put them under that price. But AT&T, Cricket Wireless is AT&T sister company, so you can appraise it as an AT&T phone. So what do we know? We know that we're going to price it at 64 gigabytes. So here's 64 gigabyte. We know that it's cracked. Grade C means cracked. Grade B means just average use. Grade A is mint condition, no scratches, no light scuffs, nothing. That's like fresh out the box, new. And a swap phone is like when people like switch their phones into Apple and then they get that new phone back with like the plastic on it, but it's like a replacement phone. That's what a swap phone is. So we're gonna price it at C grade AT&T 64 gigabyte. So right now, EZ is paying $430 for that. Okay, that's cool. Now we have a price for that. And we also know that, let's get plug a little handy dandy calculator. I'll get this to go up. There we go. Okay, so now we know that EZ is paying $430. The way that wholesalers pay, they pay two ways. They pay instantly through PayPal. So PayPal automatically takes out a 3%. So it would be, if you want to go that route, which is the route I recommend doing, just so especially in the beginning, just so you can get your money back instantly. I mean, these guys pay within 15 minutes. Awesome. So you would, you have your 430. I would minus the 3% that PayPal is automatically going to take out. So before it ever hits your account, this is the number that's coming in. You're going to get $417 in your account for that phone. What price do we want to offer her to make $100? I'm going to start off at $300. That leaves me a nice cushion at $117 profit. That leaves me enough for, shipping going to be $7. That's a pretty nice profit. After shipping, we're profiting $110. That's what I would start with that. That's what I would do. Now let's look over at eBay really quick. Let's see if eBay's paying more, if we can get like so much more out of it. So we're gonna type in iPhone 11 Pro Max, 64 gigabyte, and then we're going to do type in back crack to see what's come up. Oops, Max. It's a little weird. You guys get super direct. eBay, let's do AT&T back cracked. And then, okay, this is important. After you have typed in your results on eBay, scroll down on the left-hand side where it said, or on your phone, it should be on the right-hand side, but you need to scroll down to where it says sold items, and you need to click that. Always, 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 always. Never appraise for what people are actually selling. Like, never appraise for live items. Because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? If I'm selling this phone, I don't know what the heck I'm doing, I could post this for $1,000. So then what sense would it's never going to sell for $1,000. It's a carrier-locked phone. I don't need to be, as a buyer, I don't need to come on here and look at that and think like, oh, that's apples to apples, I should appraise it. No, you always got to go under sold items to show what things are actually selling for. This is so important. If you take away anything from this, always go under sold items. Like, everything else you can sort of figure out on your own. Like, you need to go under sold items and only look under sold items. So now we want to apples to apples. And what that pretty much means is match what we know that she's selling us to the items on here. So right now, right up on the top, this is also very important too. You always want to make sure it says ended recently, because sometimes it doesn't, and then you're looking at things from October when the prices were $200 up, and you can get your calculations off. So ended recently. The most recent one was March 24th. Cool. 11 Pro Max, 64 gigabyte. Color doesn't matter. Carrier's the same. Dope. Cracked back. It sold for $499. That's one. So now we have one for $499. Let's keep scrolling. 64 gigabyte. Cracked. The front and back was cracked in this. That was $315. Now we know that she said only the back was cracked. So now let's keep going. Read part. Okay, this one says cracked back. They sold for $489. So now we have one for $499. So this is what you do with apples to apples. You just want to take 3 of the different apples to apples and add them up together. So we have $499. We're gonna add $489 from this one, and we need one more. Keep going down. Okay, crack back. 534. 534 equals 50. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're going to divide this number by 3 to get your median. So it's averagely selling for $507. I would even just be safe and round down. Personally, and this is the thing, you always just get that extra profit in your money. So profit in your pocket, sorry. So you know that something's selling for $499, pretty much $500. For $499, $489, and $534. You add those together, you get the median of $507. Let's just round down to $500. So on eBay, you know that you can sell that back cracked AT&T phone or Cricket Wireless, which is the sister company, for $500. So now eBay takes 10% out, and then you have to use PayPal as well. So PayPal takes 3% out. So now you have to subtract from this number 13%. So you need to take away 13%. This is what's going to happen before you even touch your account. Like, 435 is the total number for that. So this is what you want to figure out. to get on, I would start, just like the other person, I would still offer her $300. So let's go back and offer her $300. I'd be like, okay, cool. If there's no damages, I can do. So let's see what she says on that, but let's go back to this. Okay, so we know that the other one I believe was after taxes was 417. After it was with the direct buyer, after the 3% was $417, and with eBay, it was $435. So this is what I'm talking about. Like, so this is what's so nice about direct buyers. They're so like safe, like they're so reassuring. You know who you're dealing with, you know who they are. This is the same person you're gonna be dealing with for months and years on end. He's not gonna scam you. He's not gonna rip you off. I'm giving you this guy, like he's like legit. You know what I'm saying? With eBay, there's just a little bit more of a risk. You don't. A lot of times you have to deal with scammers who buy these items and then claim that you sent them a cardboard box and that they never got the phone, and then eBay sides with the buyers, then you're out all your money. So this is like real life scenarios that happen. As much as you can, I would recommend to sell to direct buyers, especially in situations like this when the price difference is $18. Trust me, if it ever is something like this, $25, $18, $12, always just take that loss or quote unquote loss and just sell to the direct buyers, because there's more of a mental peace knowing that 6 weeks from now I'm not gonna have to deal with some fucking scammer who's gonna try to like rip me off my $500 that he bought the phone for, and then I'm out $500, because that's just what they do. That's literally what people stalk eBay to do. They stalk the phone sections and the electronic sections to get flicks like that. And that's what I would recommend to do. If anytime situation like that, that's what I would personally do. I would sell it straight over to that wholesaler. The positives is one, pro. He's gonna pay within 15 minutes. That's awesome. Another pro. You know who it's going to. It's a trusted buyer. I'm recommending him. I know a bunch of other people that recommend this dude. He's awesome. Con, it's $18 less. Pro with eBay, it's $18 more. Con, you're up to more riskier, scammers. You don't know who's going to. There's a lot of crap you have to do with. I just always recommend doing it to wholesalers, especially in that scenario. Okay, so this is perfect. So this girl hit me up and she said, for sure, no, that's not going to work for me. I paid more than triple for this phone. This is a classic, like this is real life. This is what happens. This is what you're going to see time and time again. It is up to us to change that mind, because once people say no, that's when the fun begins. Minds are Play-Doh. They're so easily twisted. You just have to say the right word. You have to convince them and make them realize why their phone is actually worth a piece of crap. One thing you want to say to people once okay, she said for sure no, that's not going to work out for me. I paid more than triple for this phone. You never want to say I understand, because I like my price. I like my lowball price. I don't understand. I don't agree with her. I think my price is more than fair for a cracked phone. You know what I'm saying? For a cracked carrier locked phone. This phone can't be unlocked. I can't take this phone over to T-Mobile. It's going to cost for 11 Pro Max backs, those are expensive to fix. Like, we know this. Does she know this? So you don't want to say understand. You want to say, no worries. No worries. What were you looking to sell it for? You need to keep them in conversation. You need to keep the conversation flowing as much as you can. You need to get them talking. The more you can get them talking, the higher your chances are of closing the sale. Trust me. So hopefully when did she respond back? I wouldn't make her wait too long. We'll see. But yeah, definitely with this, in this scenario, I would definitely sell it to the wholesaler. And also another thing with eBay, you're still gonna have to pay $7 priority shipping to get it to that person. So really, after everything's said and done, it's not much of a price difference. And I'm telling you guys, after being scammed over this course of years by people, it is so nice just to have the peace of mind to ship something off to somebody who you know is not going to fuck you over, who you know is going to be like, it's just they're honest, and that's nice. You know what I'm saying? It's somebody you can trust, and that in this game of like, she said, say that again. Okay, just clarify. A different way. I think I spelled word wrong. So she's coming back from my grammar. Oh yes. And a lot of times these people are like English is their second language, so I've noticed that a lot of times you can definitely tell when people are using like Google Translate. Just have patience with people. I don't personally speak Spanish. I wish I did because I'd be closing like twice as many more sales. Oh my gosh, I wish. I have a buddy who does this and he speaks Spanish and English and he kills it. Like he just be like talking to people in Spanish, messaging people in English. I'm like, dang, I wish I could do that. I wouldn't budget lower for than $869.97. Okay. That is weird. That's an odd price to put. I don't know why she put the cents. I'm gonna be honest with you, I haven't really dealt with someone like this. Like she seems a little bougie. I won't budget for lower than okay. Now what you're gonna want to say is this. I'm just gonna copy and paste this. Do I have this on here? I'm gonna copy and paste this. What you're gonna want to do is this is a keynote too, guys. There's a little tip I'm gonna put you guys onto. Saying goes a lot longer than you guys think it does. So I'm gonna say I'm gonna send that. And then I'm gonna say, unfortunately, guys, excuse my spelling because your girl surge up short. Oh my god. Okay, now let me think. Oh my god, yeah, no, spelling's not my thing. Unfortunately, I couldn't match that price today. The best oops. I say today even though it's midnight, but I'll just go with it. And she knows I'm not about to be this late. Will be the $300. But what I can, this is okay. I'm gonna talk about this after I'm ready. But what I can do for you is ask my boss. Any higher. This is like a sales tactic 101. Like writing things off to like somebody else makes you like this innocent person who's just trying to help them. Like, let me ask my boss if I can do any higher. I don't have a say in it. It's not up to me. If I could, I would give you that $869.97, but it's up to my boss. Let me ask him and see if he can do a higher price. And I'll let you know. I'll get back to you. 9 times out of 10, like instantly, you're putting yourself almost like playing like not like victim role, but you're like putting yourself in like I'm here to help you. It's really the boss who's like the one like who crunches the numbers and is really like So let's see. Okay, so give it a couple seconds. Make it act like like we're actually fucking talking to somebody. I'm gonna go back to this easy price list. Okay, 430. What was it? It was 417, right? So the lowest I'll take away. Oh no, that was after the 3%. So the lowest I would offer her. I'm sorry. The most I would offer her would be $320 because I'm cool with $97. It's a $3 difference. I'm cool with that as a profit. So I'm gonna make her wait. I'm gonna be like, okay. Due to all the water damage it suffered, and the fact that Cricket Wireless is a locked carrier, the most he can offer you is $320. I can do that in cash and meet you first thing in at a safe location. Okay, so what are we doing? The boss came back, he gave his answer, you can go up to $320, but now we need to convince her why $20 more is a better deal and why she needs to accept it. One, we need to start making her doubt in her mind that this phone is actually as great as she thinks it is. We're going to remind her of all the water damage she mentioned earlier. We're going to remind her the fact that, and it's cracked. And the fact that we're going to remind her of the fact that all the water damage she suffered, and the back is cracked, and the fact that Cricket Wireless is a lot. We're reminding her of all the negative stuff that's wrong with this phone. It has water damage. The back is cracked. It's expensive to fix. We know this. Cricket Wireless is a lock carrier. I can't take it other places. You need to be bringing up like flaws. You need to be throwing her in her face. You need to make her think like, maybe she's right. Maybe this is like a good deal. Maybe you need to make her double think. That's the name of the game. Making people double think that the item that they have to sell isn't shit, and that you're doing them a favor by offering them $320 to take it off their hands first thing in the morning at a safe location. You feel what I'm saying? So we'll see how this goes. We'll see. She was a little oddball talking about $869.97. Like, I'm about to be 97 cents somewhere. I would do it. I've done it before. It's just, people don't usually talk like that. That's funny. Last time was so funny. Watch this TV. Okay, come on, girl. Let me think. Another thing you want to do, let's just say if she doesn't agree to this price, like if she's like, no, it so doesn't work, you want to ask her, you want to be like, so how long have you been trying to sell this phone for? Oh, a few weeks. Okay, why do you think it hasn't been selling? Oh, I just haven't found the right person. Well, you think it's because, it's a possibility that, because the carrier's locked and also the damage that is received that most people aren't going to want to like pay. You just got to be putting doubt in these people's minds. You need to make them wake up and smell the sunshine, maybe your phone's a piece of shit. I'm the only person who wants to buy it from you. You know what I'm saying? That is the name of the game, That is really the name of the game. Okay, I'm going to pause this for a little bit until she responds back and go grab something to eat because I am starving. BRB. Okay, so I think she just responded. I'm going to share my screen again. Okay, so she said, can you do 350? I've tried meeting up with multiple people and they've never showed. Well, looky there. So what are we going to do now? Sure, let me ask you 1 second. Playing a game here, people. It's 1 in the morning. Like, I don't know. People fall for what people need. Old people knows what you tell them. God damn it. Old people knows what you tell them. Okay. So you need to be coming at it with this mindset. Like, everything is just, it's a game. Have fun with it. It's just a game. Life's a game. Like, this junk is just have fun with it. Make up shit as you go. You feel what I'm saying? Just make up shit as you go. Like, this is like all fun. Like, you have so many opportunities to be like original and just be unique and just come up with stuff. And it works, man. I'm telling you. 5 seconds ago, she was just saying that she was not taking any less than, what was it, $869. Now I've convinced her to come down to, well, now she's agreeing to $350, which is more than half of that. I'm going to say no to $350 because why? Because Easy is doing, after fees, he's doing $417. And let me see if I were to do $350. It's a $67 profit. I'm gonna be honest with you. There's times when I would take this if things are slow, and like I said, this dude paid. Direct buyers paid within like 15 minutes. You are going to hand her that $350, and 15 minutes later, that $350 plus $67 is going to be back in your PayPal bank account. So if you look at it like that, it's like, would you like, for instance, let's just say that she doesn't like 350 is her final price, and she really is not messing around, which I think I can get it down to 320. But let's just say that like that is your final thing. Like, she's not going a penny below 350. Are you really going to skip out on $67 of profit? That's $67 more than you had 5 minutes ago, and you're not doing any work. She's going to come to you. You're gonna be out of that $350 for a couple minutes until you get paid again. You know what I'm saying? You have to look at it from that point of view because that money adds up. How long does it take for you at your 9 to 5 to make $60 bucks? Because I know for me, when I was working for $10 an hour as a CNA, I was, you know what I'm saying? That's like pretty much a whole workday. I was making less than $80 a day, working 8 hours at $10 an hour. That's a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? That junk adds up. You have to look at it from that perspective. You feel what I'm saying? That once you start understanding from that perspective, you start to like that is cool. But yeah, like I said, I think I can take her down to 320. So we'll see. I'm gonna hit her back with So he said the best he can do now is 320. Oh baby, is 320. Just because of all the coronavirus. Well, you know, whatever, bro. Coronavirus going on now. Business is. But I can meet early the cash tomorrow. Does that work for you? Closing statement. Does that work for you? Question mark. Check on my son. What's wrong, baby? My husband's trying to put him to sleep and he is not having it. Yeah, you able to spread the burdens for this one. I know, like I said, unless it's like a damage. Oh no, so she just said yes, that's fine. Cool. Now to close the sale. This is how you close the sale. This is called the red apple, green apple effect. Don't give people the opportunity to say yes or no. Like I wouldn't hit her up and be like, what time do you want to meet tomorrow? She's gonna, that's just it's open, it's airway. There's room for fault. What you're gonna want to say is, great. What time do you want to meet? 10 a.m. or 11? Red apple, green apple. She's gonna have to choose one, and she's gonna choose one. You're not giving her another option. You're not giving her an exit out. You want to get a 10 a.m. or 11 a.m. It's a closing statement. It's a sale. If she needs to be at a different time, she'll communicate it. But other than that, it's set. It's set. You know what I'm saying? That is literally like a sales tactic that I worked from one of my old jobs. That is how you end sales. That's how you like put the nail in the coffin. What time do you want to meet? 10 or 11? Do you want to meet now or in 20 minutes? It's gonna be later towards the day. I'm not much of a morning person. Of course. Does 2 p.m. work or 3 p.m.? Red apple, green apple. Don't give her an option. She has to do one of them. My poor boo-boo. I'm trying to get this course done for y'all because it is like my little boy's crying. It's like 1 a.m, but shit, I'm trying to get it done for y'all because I'm telling you, this shit's recession proof. I'm still making money doing this shit. It's crazy. And people around me who I've taught this is making money. Like, it's insane. Like, this needs to be taught, especially for like, she said 2 p.m. is good, especially for like the community. Like, man, like so many of y'all, like these 9-to-5 workers, bro, like they're like you cannot be relying on your boss. You have to be your own boss. And this is such like a dope ass way of doing it, bro. Like it's so efficient. Like one day you can be doing this, a week from now you can be like up like crazy. It does not take a lot of output money to do this. This is why it's awesome. I'm so passionate about this. Okay, so she said 2 p.m. is good. Great. Send her the address that you want to meet. This is the next important thing. Don't blah blah blah. Don't. Who are we gonna meet? Be the first person to text the address. I'm gonna text her. I'm not gonna text my actual address just because I want privacy reasons. But Hatfield Drive, whatever. Let's just say that was the address. I'm not gonna actually send this, but that would be the last thing you say. Great, blah blah blah. Hatfield Drive. See you then. And then she's gonna respond back with something like, "Okay, sounds good." And that's what you're gonna want to respond. Obviously, I'm not gonna put my actual address down here just because. For privacy reasons, whatever. But you always want to just put the address. Find a Starbucks that's close to you, find a McDonald's that's close to you, find a police station that's what you feel comfortable close to you, and only meet at that location. Don't be driving out to people. People will come to you. I have people drive 2 hours to meet me weekly. People will come to you, but you have to be in control. You have to be in command, and that is how you close shit. That is literally a live action of how we close somebody who wouldn't take less than $869, and we closed her at $320. And I do this every day, all day, and you guys can too. For real, for real. Hey, you guys, part two to negotiations and ad response. Mainly with this one, I feel like you guys have all the PDF files with the copy and paste responses for pretty much what we just talked about with the whole negotiating. I have that all written out for you guys already. Now what I really want to make sure you guys understand is like appraising, because that's like super important. It's very important. You don't want to be giving people the wrong prices. You know what I'm saying? Like if you want to make sure that you're locking in your profit. That's like super, super important. So we're just gonna go back to, we're gonna like just do some examples. I'm a little tired, sorry guys. We're gonna do some examples, some run throughs with just different items. We're gonna do like maybe like an iPad and maybe like another iPhone or Samsung, and just like run through it on eBay and run through it on the direct buyers and just appraise again, just to make sure that you guys understand it 100%, because like I said, this is super important. Okay, so I'm gonna share my screen again. Okay, cool. So, okay, so here we are. So let's just pretend that somebody hit us up, right? And they say, hey, you guys, I have, what do we know? Is this still available? We hit, yeah, what do you have to sell? What are you looking to sell today? I have a, what's something that you're thinking of? I have a iPad Pro, 11 inches, 256 gigabyte, in used, but in, great condition. So let's look that up. So we have, let me type that down so we can remember what it was. So it was an iPad Pro, 11 inches, 256 gigabyte, used, but great condition. Okay, so what we're going to want to do is figure out who we're going to sell this to. We're going to sell this to our direct buyer, or we're going to sell this via eBay. We're going to figure out all the fees, and we're going to go from there. Okay, so let's start with our direct buyer. Now, easy with him, you just go under iPad. He has like little links for everything, which is awesome. Used iPhones, new iPhones, Apple Watch, miscellaneous, Samsung, MacBooks, he has all that junk. So we're going to go under iPad, and now we're at iPad prices. So we're going to find what we would be looking for. So in this case, we're looking for the iPad Pro 11 inch, 256 gigabyte used. So here we are. So iPad Pro 11 inch. Oh, this is important with like iPads. You always want to make sure that you're getting the year, because a lot of times with iPad Pros, the 11, like especially the Pros and like the Airs and the Minis, you have to ask them what generation it is. So in this case, let's just say it's the newest, the third generation, which actually now there's a fourth generation. But let's just say it's the third generation, because the fourth just came out like a few days ago, I believe, actually. Third gen. Cool. So, okay, so we're going to look under here. And as usually, he has all his prices. He has his new prices and his used prices in one little cube. So, this is another thing. Let's always, when you're asking for like iPads, this is like stuff you'll learn along the way, you guys. With iPads and with Apple Watches, you can either have it to be just Wi-Fi, or you can either be Wi-Fi and cellular, which when you have Wi-Fi and cellular, it gives them the ability to link it up to their carrier. So there's a price difference. Obviously, the cellular one is more, and the Wi-Fi is less. So always just make sure you ask it. In this case, let's just say it is Wi-Fi and cellular. Cool. So, okay, so we're going to go back here, and we're just going to match it up. So you said it was 256 gigabyte. We said that it was Wi-Fi and cellular, which is the 4G 256. It's not sealed. It's not open box. Remember, even though they can convince us, they can be like, oh, it's mint condition, it's beautiful condition, blah, 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 blah. Never, ever appraise it for A grade. Always appraise it for B grade, because I'm telling you, 9.5 times out of 10, 9.7 times out of 10, it was never A grade to the direct buyer's eyes. Like, they look over that job with a fine-tooth comb, and they will always find a flaw. Like, I think I've probably sent over like 4 A grades in my total 3 years of doing this. So it's super rare to come across them. Like, it's just, unless it's like brand new out of the box, they took it out of the box, they just took the plastic off and they handed it to you, that's pretty much A grade. So if it's been used at all, B grade. So B grade right here is 420. Easy is paying 420. So let's go over to our handy dandy calculator. Type in 420. Remember, we do PayPal through them, so PayPal automatically takes out that 3%. So we always want to take that off when we're calculating and appraising before we give our quote to the people, because that 3% is going to be taken off before it even hits our account. So what's going to be hitting our account once they pay is $407. So what would we offer to them in this scenario? We want to go for $100 at least. Personally, for me, I like to go for $150 with iPads. But I'm gonna let you guys in on a little tip. Wholesalers don't pay that great for iPads. eBay is where it's at with iPads. So let's do the same thing. Let's go under eBay right now and type in the same thing. Right now, Easy's at, what was it, 407? 407, which means for us to make $100, we would have to convince that person to sell us their third generation iPad Pro 256 gigabyte for $300. Or let's just go over to eBay. So we're gonna type in iPad Pro 11 inch, 256 gigabyte, cellular, and now we're going to scroll all the way down. This is important. Remember, you guys always make sure it's unsold. You can tell it's unsold because the numbers are green. So now another little trick to do is to go over again to the the filter side and just narrow it down. It's easier for you guys to do apples to apples. Just match it in, so we know that this one would be used. So I would just click the used box. If it was new, you would just click new. If it was open box, like the plastic's been taken off the box, click open box. If it was broken, you can do parts are not working, but that just really helps it narrow it down. It makes it way easier for us to do apples to apples. So, okay, so we're looking here. We have one going for $620 that this one just sold for. That's pretty cool. We go down, we see $699. We go down, we see $709, $712. But this one also comes with a little calculator, a little keyboard right here. Ours is just the iPad and the charger, right? So that looks like pretty apples to apples. Oops, not Spotify. So let's click 620. This also comes with like the box and stuff. Let's just say that ours is just coming with just the iPad, you know? So I wouldn't even do that as apples to apples, but this one right here would do apples to apples. Let's click it. Let's check the listing out. We know it ended. Let's see. So the original box not included. It just comes with like a case. I would do this as apples to apples, even though it comes with a case. Honestly, you might be able to do this one too, but I'm not sure with the box. But let's just stick to this one for now. So let's add 709 because the cases, people usually don't really care about those. People tend to pay more for like keyboards and like Apple Pens if they come with that in a bundle, but not usually for a case. People don't really care about that. So let's do one more apples to apple. Not this one because it has a little keyboard. We don't have it. Okay, here's another one. Cellular 56 gigabyte AT&T. Okay, so 650. So plus 650. Oh crap. Okay, so we had 650. Then we had the 709. And then we had the first one, which was 620. So now we're going to add that all up. So now the total of that is $19.79. We're going to take away, we're going to divide it by 3 to get the median number. Divide it by 3. So the median number, what we're sure guaranteed what this iPad will sell for is $659 on eBay. It's a pretty hefty difference compared to a 420, I think it was 407 after fees. But now let's not forget to do, remember, eBay takes away 10%, PayPal takes away 3%, so we have to deduct that 13% before we even get started with our quote. So we have to deduct that 13% from the total. That's $85. It's pretty hefty, but still we're looking at $573. That's huge. That's a lot more compared to what we had before. So before we had, I believe it was 407. We are looking at 166 profit difference right there, just in total. So what I would personally do is always appraise on eBay for that iPad, or just in iPads in general. Just tends to be better on eBay from my experience. But you know, sometimes with the new sealed in boxes or open box, they can be close. You know, $20 off, and I would suggest going the direct buy route. But 8 times out of 10, eBay's the way to go for iPads. So we know that. Okay, so if it was selling for $659, when we take away our 13% to get our total, what's coming into our bank account is the $573. Okay, so we know that this is what we have. This is what's going to be put into our pocket. How much do we want to offer them? For the third generation 11 inch 256 gigabyte. I would start at $400 and work my way up from there. If I would start at $400, some people might be like, yes, what can you need? Some people be like, I'm looking to get a little bit more. Then you can hit them with the, well, what were you looking to get? Oh, I was trying to get 600. Oh, okay. And then you start that whole, just copy and paste everything that I have in the PDF files for you guys. Just download it to your notes and copy and paste everything. Everything's already on there. You don't even have to think. You know what I'm saying? The work's already been done for you. But again, the max I would go up for this one, I wouldn't even go up to 500 because with iPads, with iPads that you're selling on eBay in general, you're never sure. Like, you're never sure if you have to lower it. Like, look, this guy sold his for 620. You feel what I'm saying? We did get the medium number of 659, but in the chances that we had to lower it for 620 for whatever reason, you always want to give yourself like a $50 cushion. So the lowest I would offer, or the lowest I would, the highest I would offer him, whoever this person was, let's see. Yeah, I think the highest actually I would do would be like 475. That would be like the max that I would go to, but I would start at 400 and work my way up to 475 via the negotiation process, which is in the text, like in the script that I sent you guys. So that's what I would do with that one personally. But again, let's do the same thing iPad, but let's do new instead of everything the same, but new instead of used. Oops, what the heck? So new instead of used. Okay, so everything would be the same. Let's go back to easy. Okay, so with easy, so everything's the same, 4G, 256 gigabyte, but now we're gonna do new sealed, okay? Easy's paying $750. Pretty good, right? Let's do our 3% rule really quick. Take out that 3%. $750. We're gonna minus that 3% fee that gets taken out instantly. $727 is what we get. So this person was trying to sell a sealed, brand new in the box, 3rd generation iPad Pro 11-inch, 256 gigabyte. I would start off, if I was to sell it to Easy to get my money instantly back, I would offer this dude $600 because then I'm making $127 profit, and I'd be cool with that because my money's gonna be right back in my bank account 15 minutes later. But let's see what is going on eBay, because sometimes when you do new items on eBay, they tend to be very similar in price. But let's double check and verify that. So everything was the same, but let's just go back under the filtered side on the left-hand side and take off use and click new instead. Okay. So now we see iPad Pro 11-inch Wi-Fi, new seal. This one's sold for $962. That's exactly what our model is, so we can definitely add that to our apples to apples. $962. Then this one right here, same thing, sold for $850. Okay, nope. This says brand new, but it's definitely been taken out of the box, so that's not apples to apples for us. Oh, you know what? Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that this was ended recently. Yeah, it definitely was. Okay, cool. Just making sure. Another one was 810. So let's add that 810 because this is the new generation. This is the 4th generation. That's not apples to apples. And this one, I mean, this one we can do too, but a lot of times when people have like those higher ratings, they tend to get like higher prices. So just try to do the ones that look like somebody actually took like an actual picture of it. So let's just do this 810 one. Okay, then we divide this number by 3 to get our median number. So we know that we can sell this for around $874. So now what do? We minus the 13% because eBay takes out 10 and PayPal takes out their 3. So minus that 13%. We're looking at $760. Okay, now let's go back. Easy was paying $750, right? Let's look back again. $750. Take away 3% was $727, right? And that was backward for you guys, but $727. So Easy was $727. eBay is $760. After you pay your shipping, blase, shipping's gonna be what? Maybe for medium-sized package, it's gonna be $12. $748 or $727. Take away their $12 shipping. $715. So let's just, after everything, we're looking at $748 minus 7. It's about a $33, $35 difference. This is one that, you know what, even in my opinion, you guys, I would still go and do the direct buyer route with this one, even though it is about a 30, sometimes maybe a little bit more profit difference, because one, you're out $600 with this, right? For sure, we know that we want to buy this for around $600. Either way, whether we're selling to eBay, whether we're selling to Easy, to get that profit that we want, that we're comfortable with. And $600 can be a lot to be sitting out, you know what I'm saying? And we know that that direct buyer pays so quick. They pay almost instantly. A couple minutes later, your money's back, safe in your bank account. No worries, not worried about nothing. Now with eBay, it could take a while to sell. You just don't know. It could take a while to sell, and then you have to deal with the scammers, if there are scammers, or you have to deal with a bad return, or you have to, worry about just a lot of other things, bad reviews on eBay. If somebody, doesn't like it, it's just a lot of different variables that go with eBay. And is it worth $33 for that mental? Like for me, $33 is like my mental peace. Like I know that it's going to go to my direct buyer. It is what it is. He's expecting it. He knows what he's getting. I know what I'm getting. The money's already back in my account. I'm using that money to consistently make flips. You want to keep your money moving because dead money don't make money. You know what I'm saying? So in this scenario as well, I would still, even though eBay's paying more in this scenario, I would go with a direct buyer. But with the used one, it was a big ass difference. I was like, what, $156 difference? I would definitely go on eBay, obviously, because you're gonna make $156 more. But when it comes to like these small little numbers, $33, $40, $17 change, I would always just go the safe route and sell it over to the direct buyer. I would say that if the difference between eBay and direct buyers is about $50 or under, always just sell it to direct buyer. And if it's over $50, consider using eBay. I would post on eBay, let it sit for a day or two. If it sells, great. If it doesn't, maybe consider getting your money back right away and selling it to your direct buyer. So that's a little advice from me right there. So hopefully this helped you guys a little bit better with appraising. I'm going to be adding videos to this course a lot. I'm just trying to get this shit out for you guys to start learning. If you guys feel like you need me to post more videos about certain subjects, just let me know. I don't have an issue with doing that. But for now, this is what it is. So just hopefully this guys helps you figure out how to appraise easier. And yeah. Hey guys, so in this video we're going to be talking about checking phones and what to look for, how to examine the phones, how to check the IMEI numbers, and how to verify that everything is what the seller is saying that it is. So I'm just going to show you guys some examples with stuff I have laying around right now. Okay, so right here we have an iPhone XS, right? It's new in box. When we got this phone, it was actually sealed with like some weird plastic. Like this is what actual Apple plastic looks like. It looks like this. Like you should be able to like open it up like this. It has like this green tab right here. It's just a different type of plastic feel. Like it feels more like packaging than anything. The plastic that was over this phone when I bought it earlier was super it was like saran wrap. It was like there was no way, there was no cap to open it. It was, you could tell that it was like suction on the sides, like it was like cringy. I wish I could find it. I think I threw it away, the plastic. But yeah, no, I think I tossed it. But it was just like super weird. Like it was literally like saran wrap. So I opened it because I was like, okay, that's like a first red flag for like someone selling a fake phone. Oh, thank you. Yeah, here it is. It's literally, it was covered. This is saran wrap. It's literally covered with saran wrap. They just like hot glued the edges, if that makes sense, to make like its own little seal. Like definitely red flag for fake phone. The dude didn't have any issue with us opening it, so that was normal. So I opened the box. I'm looking at the phone, but that's one thing you always do. Whenever you buy a sealed phone, 10 times out of 10, you need to open the phone. I don't care if you met with that person 10 times, you always open the phone. So anyways, we open the phone, and I see that, everything looks good. This is what it looks like inside. You have the charger butt, the earphones, and then the charger under there. Just check make sure the accessories are there. And then the phone should be there. And it looks like this, It's an XS. I ran the IMEI, which I'll show you guys how to do on sigw.com. I ran the IMEI, and, everything looked the same. Nothing was out of the ordinary. But the way to really check and to verify if it's a fake phone or not, and again, there's like so many videos on YouTube about how to do this. So if I don't go into depth, just feel free to look on YouTube because there's people who can explain better than I can. Like, people just are super techie and they know like like all the ins and outs how to check. But this is what I usually check for. So if you ever feel like something's a little fishy, this in my case it was like obviously wrapped with like he obviously rewrapped it using some machine or something. So in my case, I was like, okay, let me just make sure this isn't a fake phone because not always, there's a lot of good fakes out there. You can't always just tell by looking. So what I did is that I have an Apple and I have an XS Max. What you want to do is bring the phone, like go through the prompts. Like, okay, so here's the main screen, right? The main screen is that hello. You're gonna swipe up. You're gonna click English or whatever language you speak. You can click whatever country you're in, and then it's gonna get to a point where it says set up manually. You're gonna click that, bring your phone close to it, Oops, hold on. What the hell? Oh wait, maybe you just keep your phone closer on this way. Hold on. I feel like I'm doing something wrong. Hold on. Why is it not doing it? I literally was just doing it, and then when I actually wanted to do it, it doesn't do it. Oh wait, hold on. Okay, I don't know why. I just clicked the home button and did everything over again. So yeah, once you did it and you goes back, you'll see this pop up on your Apple phone. Scammers cannot fake this. They cannot make this happen. They cannot make this pop up on a phone because at the end of the day, if when scammers, people are making fake iPhones, those are like Android phones that just look like Apple products. No one can do Apple but Apple, so no one's able to get this to pop up on your phone than Apple itself. And this will pop up for AirPods, this will pop up for watches, this pops up for everything. So that's how you check to see if an Apple product is an Apple product, because whenever you're pairing it and activating it, it always gives you the opportunity to bring your current device close to it, so it just automatically meshes everything over. And that little thing will pop up on your actual phone. So that's how I checked, and I was like, okay, everything seems fine. The IMEI number matched the IMEI number on the bottom of the box. The IMEI number matched the number I ran on CW. Everything was the same. I don't know why this dude just put this flimsy ass plastic over it. Whatever, but that's this is, and so now I'm gonna show you guys how I check it. So I'm gonna have to share my screen for this. So when you're checking the phone, you can find the IMEI on 3 different locations. Hold on 1 second. Do you know where my charger is? Oof, that was close. 1%. Okay, so 2%. Okay, so I was saying you can find the IMEI in 3 different locations on the phone. One is going to be on the back. Like for instance, if it's a phone that's sealed and you want to quickly run the IMEI ahead of time, the IMEI is always going to be on the back of the box. I don't know if you guys can see that. Okay, on the back of the box, it always is going to say IMEI number. It's backwards, I just realized, but IMEI numbers always begin with 35. Every single one is always going to begin with 35. So don't know why. That's just every IMEI number. So it just sort of helps your scam to a quicker if you can look for the 35. But yeah, so the IMEI number 1 is going to be on the back of the box. 2 is going to be, oh, you know what? There's 4 ways you can look for it. My bad. 2, if you're on the hello screen and you don't want to activate the phone, the lower right corner is a little eye. It's an information thing. You click that, IMEI number pops up right there. 35. Okay, I know everything's backwards, but you guys get it. So that's another way you can check your IMEI. So we have the back of the box for if it's sealed. Obviously, when you open it up, you don't want to turn on the phone because you don't want to activate it. But if it's already an activated new open box model like this one, and it's already turned on, you can just check by the hello screen. You don't have to go through the whole prompts. Another way is by going to the settings on a phone. So when you're on here, you go to the settings. You're going to click General. You're going to click About. You're going to scroll down to the bottom, and you're going to see IMEI right here. So that's how you check that. And also, this is a convenient way. Also, let's just say, you're buying whatever, an iPad, right? And the person told you that it's 512 gigabyte iPad. And another way just to verify that is just to do the same thing. Go into General, go into About, and then scroll, and it will give you all the information. It gives you the model number, the serial number, the capacity. Like my phone's 64 gigabyte. It will tell you if it was like a 512 gigabyte iPad, it will say 512 gigabyte. That's another way to check. Because a lot of times when you are buying iPads, because sometimes they'll be only Wi-Fi, not cellular, only things that are cellular have an IMEI. So if it's Wi-Fi only, there's not going to be an IMEI, so you cannot run it on CW to see like the actual model of it. Well, there are ways you can do it. Actually, you can run the serial number, but sometimes it would just be easier to go through the settings and just do it that way, like the way I told you, just to verify like the gigabyte. So what we're going to do, is go to CW. This is CW.com. Literally, this is how it's spelled. You're going to want to make an account. I think you start by uploading $20 to your account, like the minimum is $20 from your PayPal account, and you get started. So now you have $20 in your account. I just read up today, actually, because I ran out. And so now you're gonna write your IMEI. So let's just do this one for example. I have this 11 Pro Max Silver 256 gigabyte, right? So this person sent me this. I can get the IMEI ahead of time. Some people, not most people, but some people will be like weary about giving their IMEI because like, oh, I heard, scammers, you're not supposed to do that. Don't even fight with them. Just like, oh, okay, I can do it when we get every person. Well, it's not a big deal. Because there are some people out there who will take the IMEI and blacklist it and try to like blackmail you into like giving them the phone. People are weird. So I can understand why some people would be cautious, but we're straight shooters. We're not doing anything shady, so they don't have anything to worry about with us. Okay, so what we're going to do is type in the IMEI on SIGW. So the IMEI for this one is 353905 1095 60 840. And then you're going to go to Please Choose Checker. You're going to click this. You're going to click this one right here, iPhone Carrier S1. This is the most convenient. Like this just pretty much gives you everything. If S1, they're on rare occasions, sometimes IMEI or SIGW would be there'll be so many people using the website that you will be so freaking slow. And if you're meeting with a client and then it will tell you when it's slow, it'll be like, your request is pending, check back in 5 minutes, and you'll check back in 5 minutes and it's still pending. Sometimes it takes like 15 minutes. You don't want to be waiting with a client just like, I would recommend just to do S3 if that ever happens because that's like the next best one. But for the most part, 9 times out of 10, S1 is we'll do it for phones. Like, this is only just for iPhones, by the way. This is not for Samsungs. So you're just going to click that, and then it's going to load, and then the second is going to give us what we need. Okay, cool. So look, everything pops up here, you guys. The model, iPhone 11 Pro Max, 256, silver. The IMEI number pops up. The date, the purchase date pops up. Literally, the activation status is not activated. That is important because if you're buying sealed items and you want to check ahead of time, there's no way in hell a sealed item should ever be activated. That just is a conundrum. It don't make no damn sense. Like, why is you telling me something sealed but the phone's been turned on already? Activated is when it's like this. You know what I'm saying? This is an activated phone. This is not an activated phone. An activated phone is once you've gone through the process and you've like pushed it open, you've attached like the line to it, all the stuff like that. So always want to be careful with that. That's another thing you can do. I'm going to teach you guys how to do it, but there's like other checkers that you can check for sealed things because when you buy iPads and watches and MacBooks, those don't look like this. You don't have like the opportunity to open it up like this. So I'm going to show you guys how to open and push the box out. But if you were to open it, you would rip it. And when you are selling a sealed iPad or sealed Apple Watch or sealed MacBook compared to an open box MacBook, the price difference can be upwards of $150. Like you definitely want to keep it sealed, so you have to know what to look for. And what I would recommend you doing there is taking the serial number, which again is on the back of the box. And here, if you look under here again, back of the box, serial number. You would take that serial number. Let me see if it's on here, so I can just copy and paste it, please. Yep, here's the serial number. So you would take the serial number, you would type it out, you would write it into SIGW again, and this time when you click Please Choose Checker, you would go down and you would click Apple Basic Info or Apple Serial Info. That would give you all the information like it just did here, like it just did right here, for like an iPad or something like that. And then also, if you want to check out the activation status, it'd be like, okay, this guy's selling me a sealed iPad Pro, but I just want to make sure that, it is, it's not been turned on. You would just do Apple activation status here, and then you would click go, and it would let you know if it was activated, not activated, or activated. So that's a really good way to tell if something's been used and resold, sealed again. But like I said, for the most part, the way Apple, like the machines that they use to seal stuff on is like, I don't think like the average person can just like buy it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like a factory type of machine because the machines, like I said, the one I bought today, I'm trying to show you guys like the edges of this shit. Like I could tell, look at that. Can you see that? I can't even like. You see that? It looks like somebody just hot glued that shit together. Like that was obvious to me. I was like, so if you ever see an iPad that looks like that, or you know what I'm saying, it looks like what the fuck. Like you feel free to use the activation thing. If it comes back activated, you can call them out on their shit. You feel what I'm saying? Hey, you mind if I open this up? Oh, don't know, no, bro, you gonna buy it? Like, come on, that's like red flags. Like people should just be like, you know what I'm saying? Like chill. Like no type of red flags, no type of like shady business. But that's how you would check that. But let's go back to this. So this S3, this is the one we did. Right now we're on the, I'm sorry, not S3, S1. This S3 or S1 phone carrier function. This brings up the model, the IMEI number, the serial number, the date it's been bought, the activation status. Also, if it's Apple Care eligible, this is a dope little tip. So there's times when you'll buy like cracked phones, just damaged Apple products in general. always run the IMEI because you never know. There's been so many times when I've gotten like a cracked XS Max or cracked, or even a broken laptop. That's a great one. And you run, and you run the information, and it'll come back like it has Apple Care Plus. What you can do then is literally just take it to the Apple Store and pay the fee. Make sure that it all makes sense for your profit wise. Make sure that it makes sense. But you pay the fee. Like let's just say I had a cracked XS Max and I paid $100 for it. And I know that I can sell a new one for $450. I can sell a cracked one for $300. And for me to get my screen fixed at Apple is going to be $80. You know what I'm saying? You want to make sure you're doing your math to make sure it makes a little bit more sense profit-wise. Because if it does make sense, I would just pay that $80, hand in that cracked phone. They don't ask no questions. They don't need to. It's not attached to an iCloud or anything like that. And then you just go pay the $80, and they'll give you like a brand new phone either on the spot or like a few days later they'll fix the phone and they'll send it to you, or they'll call you in to go pick it up. Or they'll just give you like a replacement phone, which is awesome. So like always being on the lookout for like if it's Apple Care, because that's just always dope. It will let you know if it's a replacement phone, which can be sometimes with direct buyers. They want to know. Some direct buyers are super like picky when it comes to replacement phones as a price difference. It lets you know. This is also very, 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 very important. Find My iPhone off. Let's talk about that. When an iCloud is on, it's not just about the iCloud being on. Like you can have an iCloud being on, but it not always will have the Find My iPhone on. But if you have an iPhone that the Find My iPhone is on and the people don't know the password to get in, you cannot take off that iCloud. Like if you, on my phone, for instance. Okay, so if I were to run my IMEI number on this thing, it would say Find My iPhone on. It would be red. This would be red and it would say on. If somebody had stole my phone and they tried to plug in my phone to their iTunes and do a hard reset, they could not get past my iCloud. My iCloud would be blocking everything. They could not use this phone would be a very pretty looking paperweight. You feel what I'm saying? But let's just say that I have my iCloud on, but I never turned on my Find My iPhone, and I lost my phone in Uber. So the person takes my phone, they take it to the computer, they hard reset it. That phone's gonna go right back, and it's gonna look like this. Once they're done doing that hard reset, since I didn't have my Find My iPhone on, it's gonna look like this. Back to the hello screen, all my information gonna be wiped off, all my iCloud and passwords gonna be wiped off. That's how this is important. This is very important because you want to always make sure that you cannot. It's such an expensive mistake to buy an iPhone that the iCloud is on, that the Find My iPhone is on. Because again, that's another thing you want to check for, especially with sealed phones. You want to be looking for the activation status mainly, and then the Find My iPhone status. Because if an iPhone, like I said, if the iCloud's on, the Find My iPhone's on. Unless the owner takes it off, it's a fancy paperweight, and if you paid full price for it, the full price you were expecting to get your profit from, 9 times out of 10 you got like at least $250, if not more, $400. Like it's a pretty hefty difference. So you always want to double check and make sure that the iCloud is off. That's super important, and you can do that by running the IMEI number. Because back in the day before I knew about SIG-W, when I first started, I would do it the old-fashioned way, which is turning on every single phone, even my sealed phones, turn them on. I would go through all the prompts until I got to the screen that lets you log into your iCloud. And I was like, okay, it's cool. Now I don't have to do that. Now I just type in the IMEI number, and it tells everything for me. Everything, literally. The color, gigabyte, you can match everything up. Carrier, everything. That's another thing, too. That's important. Look down here where it says SIM lock status. Unless it's an unlocked phone, unlocked to any carrier, it will always say SIM lock status. This is important because a lot of times people will try to sell you their phone as unlocked because sometimes they don't know better. Sometimes they're trying to get one up on you. You just got to be the smarter person. You got to run their IMEI number, beforehand or once you meet them, and check the SIM lock status. So this person came up to you, her name's Cindy. She's like, oh yeah, I have an XS Max, it's unlocked. It's 256 gigabyte. I'm like, okay, cool. You run her IMEI once you meet her. She didn't want to give it to you ahead of time. So you meet her, you agreed on the price, $400. You meet her, you run it, and all of a sudden, it's coming back, lock carrier, Xfinity Mobile only, all these blocks, SIM status locked in red. You can this is how you be getting stuff for cheap. You can be like, oh hey, actually it's not unlocked. Show her the website. I just did a paycheck, it cost me 14 cents, and it's showing me here that this is actually locked to Xfinity Mobile, which is actually the carrier you have right now. That's not an unlocked company. So I can't offer you the unlocked price. But what I can do for you is give you, blase in cash today. She drove to you. She's not gonna say no. 9 times out of 10, they're not gonna say no. And first of all, she knows that already. She knows that she is not an unlocked company. So that's the most important things to look for when you run the IMEI number is activation status. Especially, this is mindful for if it's sealed. Activation status, but the most important is Find My iPhone and SIM status. That's definitely what you want to be looking out for. You know what I'm saying? So it really just depends on the situation too, but that's very, very important. Okay, so let's run through a little bit of other things. Let's run this one. I'm gonna run this serial number on this one and show you guys how to do how to do serial number checks. So okay, actually this one's already in. So I had the serial number up, you typed it in. Let's just pretend this is an iPhone or an iPad. I don't have any iPads. So this is an iPad, right? We ran this serial number because it's a Wi-Fi only iPad. There's no IMEI number. And so what I gotta do is just go under this 10-cent Apple Basic Info. This is great for iPads, MacBooks, watches. You just type in the serial number and you click go. So now, okay, look what pops up. Everything pops up that you need to know. iCloud lock, off, blacklist status, clean, SIM locked, locked, purchase date. Everything pops up for you here. So, you know what I'm saying? Everything that you need to worry about, everything that you need to keep an eye out, everything pops up here. I do not recommend buying iCloud lock things, but what I do recommend is that when people hit you up for iCloud locked items, always ask them to send you the IMEI number, because you would not believe how many times I've somebody said like, hey, I have an iCloud locked XS Max. And I'm like, okay, cool, send over the IMEI number. I've done this. I've copied and pasted their IMEI number that they gave me. I put it into my SIGW, and then I went under down here. I went under to where is it? Right here under status services. I went under to iCloud on or off. It's 3 cents, and I went go. This person thinks okay, and then it would come up like this: find my iPhone off. What does that mean for us? It means I can put that up to my iTunes on my computer, my MacBook, and reset it to the hello screen. Still does like a brand new B grade phone, and I bought it for iCloud price. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times people will get phones that are like this. Let me show you. Oh, not my Face ID on. A lot of times people will find phones, or I don't know how they be getting them. A lot of people like do construction and stuff like that, and they'll, the password's there. They can't get past the password, so they assume it's iCloud locked. And again, like I said, unless that person went on their Find My iPhone and they turned that on, that Find My iPhone's off. You can download all your apps and stuff like that, but if you didn't turn on your Find My iPhone, it's off, which means that anybody who takes that phone can reset it, and then they got a new phone. So that's what I would do. I would never recommend buying iCloud locked phones. While there is money to be made in it, it's such a risk. It's such a risk because you're buying something and the original owner obviously has, like, you know what I'm saying? If the Find My iPhone's on, they have, especially, imagine if it was you lost your iPhone. You're going to be like searching for that iPhone. You're going to be reporting it lost. And the moment that phone turns on, you're going to be like trying to find it. And that's the way that Apple works. They have the app lets you find your phone the moment it turns back on. And the last thing you want is that you paid Cindy Lou $100 for this XS Max's iCloud lock. And then once you turn it on, you got home, the real owner found it, and then they blocked it. They called the cops to your door. Next thing you know, the cops pound out your door being like, oh, and you can be like, oh, I just bought it off Marketplace. You might not get in trouble, but still, you never know. So it's always good to play it safe. I've had that junk happen to me a couple times. It's not fun. Save your money, stay away from iCloud lock products in general. But always, like I said, always when people are offering to you, because they will, be like, hey, send me the IMEI number. Julia, how can they get to the IMEI number if it's password locked? They can't get into there's no box. They can't get into the settings like you said. There's no hello screen. It's password locked. This is what you do. Open up, tell them to go to the side of their phone where you put the SIM card. So you see that little hole right there? You see that? I don't know if y'all see that right there. Where you put the SIM card. If you take an earring, or if you have like the SIM, or like sometimes people have them. I don't know where they get them from. I've never have them. I just use earrings. Let me see if I have an earring right here. Dang, was I gonna take my earrings? Bad boy. Okay, so if you had an earring, you would just push it open like that, and it would pop right out. And on the SIM chain, I gotta show you how I'm gonna pause this because it's too good to miss. Okay, so if you have an earring, so this is what you're gonna want to do. You're going to want to open it up where you see the SIM thing. You're gonna put the earring in the little hole and just push. Be careful, especially if you're using like other people's like earrings, or like, because there's one time when I was trying to do it for this lady, I was like, oh, can I borrow your earrings? I didn't have anything, and I completely cracked your earring. Like I broke it in half. I was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, but it is what it is. She's like, oh, they're being like, I don't know, the dollar store to make me feel better, but shit. Okay, so look, Let's see if I'm trying to put my light. You see that? That's where the hidden fourth IMEI number is. Anytime somebody has an iCloud phone and they're asking you like, how do I get it? Tell them to go on the SIM tray and take an earring, open the SIM tray, and it's on the metal part. Works every single time. Okay, so that is how you check it. So you have the IMEI on the back of the box, in the settings, in the SIM tray, and on the hello screen. Lower right, that's where you click the information part. Okay, so what else do we need to learn about this? All this stuff is pretty like self-explanatory. The more you do it, the more you learn. I don't have any Samsungs with me. Yeah, I literally just shipped out like 3. I would have been able to use it and show you guys how to go into settings there, but I just don't have any right now, and I'm not sure when I get them again. I don't be buying as much Samsung in Atlanta for some reason as I do iPhones. Okay, so let's also go through what else? I think that's everything. So when you're checking a bit like any phone, basically you're gonna be using the S1. If you're trying to like check for like an iCloud lock phone, you just want to see if the iCloud's off. The 3-cent iCloud off. You don't even gotta look at anything else. If you want to check app, like, you're checking the serial number for the watches or the MacBooks or the iPads, you type in the serial number, and then you go down to either Apple serial info or Apple basic info, which that's what I prefer. If you are just trying to also, this is what I would recommend too. So let's pretend that, we have that iPad, we typed it in the Apple basic info, and it brought us up to, what did it bring us up to? By the way, if you click order history, all your order history will be under here, which is so nice, it saves it for you. Okay, so we brought this up to here, right? But now what does this not tell us? Remember, when we're buying sealed iPads, sealed watches, sealed MacBooks, sealed AirPods, whatever, it tells you that the iCloud lock is off, which it would for if it's an iPad or an Apple Watch. So it would tell you the blacklist status, which is dope. SIM lock status, which is dope. Usually for iPads and Apple Watches, it should just say unlocked. They're usually all just unlocked. But it does not tell you the activation status. So what you're going to want to do is also take the serial number again, paste it into the search bar, go down, and also click activation status. And then right here, not activated, that's what we want to see for sealed items. If it says activated and it's sealed, something's fishy. Some just don't smell right, and you got to look into that shit, because personally, and don't let this like steer your vision on anything. Most people are very honest. There's a few amount of people out there who are just trying to get a lick up on you, but that's very rare. I've been doing this for 3 years, and I only had one bad experience. I had one bad experience, and that was my fault. You definitely need to have like a protocol list, and we'll talk about that as well. Just for like your own safety. Like, don't meet at gas stations, don't meet in parking lots, like, don't get into people's cars. You would not believe how many people that I've talked to, they're like, oh yeah, I got into the back of this person's car and you pulled a gun out on me. Shit, I'd pull a gun out on you too if you got in the back of my car and you having a 2,500 transaction. Goddamn, like, use common sense. Don't let people into the back of your car. Don't let people into your passenger seat. Use wisdom. Don't tell people what you're wearing when you're walking into these places to meet. Just use common sense, like basic street knowledge. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're dealing with cash money, and people can be in desperate situations. You just don't know. So you just always have to come in from that frame of mind. Just be safe. You know what I'm saying? Meet inside. Don't tell them what you look like or what you're wearing until you're inside. Don't leave with people. Don't walk out the same door with the customer you just handed all your money to with their product. You know what I'm saying? Just use common sense. Meet in light locations. I personally don't even meet after. Once it gets dark, I'm done. I don't meet when it's dark. Why? Especially if you're in glass windows, people can see in, I can't see out. You know what I'm saying? People just get. My mom used to say something. What she used to say? She said something that had to do with like, what was this? Oh, I don't remember now. But it had to do something with like bad things happen once the sun goes down. And like, she had a little sense there. Like, once the sun goes down, 9 times out of 10, people aren't robbing you in broad daylight. When there's everybody else at Starbucks, and you know what I'm saying? Like, there's cameras everywhere, the sun's out. Like, just use common sense. Like I said, don't meet at gas stations. I have some people that only meet at police stations. I have some people that I personally meet at like Starbucks. That's what I do. With this whole coronavirus thing going on, I've been meeting inside Kroger. I have hired on security that it's like a buddy of mine. I pay him $10 every time I go do a pickup. He already is working security in Kroger. I just literally pay him $10. I'm like, hey, every time you see me come in, we're like, and I give you like the look. I'll cash up you $10 just watching the entire time. He'll watch me. He'll walk me out to my car. Whatever. Just communicate with people, talk with people, make friends with people. If you're in Starbucks, make friends with the baristas. Let them know what you're doing so they always are having eyes on you. It's just dope. You make a community around you wherever you go. You do that, you ain't got nothing to worry about. You really don't have anything to worry about. Like I said, most people are genuinely pure-hearted. But again, there are always bad apples in the cage. You just want to just be street smart about that. Okay, so we covered serial numbers. We've covered, let's learn how to do unboxing. Okay, so this is how you unbox a sealed item, which is very important because when it comes to carrier locked phones, wholesalers do not, 9 times out of 10, they do not care. Usually the price for sealed and open box is the same price. But if it's an unlocked phone and you get an unlocked phone, it's about $100 to $150 difference between unlocked. Let's look. Let's see. Let's go into Easy right now. Let's go under his new phone list. Cool. His Pro Max, right? Unlocked sealed is $815. Unlocks open box. It's not that bad of a difference, but it's still, it's $795. I remember back in the day, especially like when new phones come out, it's a good $100, $120 difference. So you got to be careful with that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a lot of money. You can be passing up. Let's look at the Pro. Pro sealed $705. Pro open box $685. But if you look under the, like the carrier locked, let's look under 11 Max. The carrier locked $660 for sealed, $660 for open box. They don't care. This is actually carrier locked, but I keep mine sealed if I can get them because when I ship it, it prevents the phone from like opening up. Like when I like this and just like shipping and everything getting tossed around. I usually when I ship these things, I wrap them up with rubber bands. Okay, but I'm gonna teach you guys how to open. We're gonna teach you guys how to open this without breaking and ripping the plastic. So what you're going to do is see the little green tab right here. We're going to pull that back. I'm going to stand up so I'm going to make sure you guys can see this. You're going to pull that back, and then you're going to take a look at your license or library card, just something that's smooth, not a debit card that has those bumps. And then you're just going to stick it on this sticky part right here. And you're going to like push it down, stick it there. So that just look like that. Then you're going to open it up like this and push it from the bottom. Keep pushing. And then once you get past that part where you can grab it from the back, pull it and slide it. Look at that. Clean, baby. That's how you do it. Open the box up. Ding, bada bong. Check that phone. Check the phone. Make sure that shit's good. Make sure that shit's clean. After a while, you'll start to know the weight of this shit too. But always open and check. Don't be cocky, because that's how you lose money. Then, when you're done checking, put the box cover back on. Put it together. Stand it up as so on the surface. Take your plastic like this. Remember, the card should be stuck onto the sticky part. The sticky part is what fucks it up and what rips it, because it gets attached to like the box surface. So, just line it up like a puzzle piece and push that boy back in. Slide it back on. Clean again. Then you fold it right here. Push this back. Push the thing back into the sticky space. Make sure it's under it like that. Then take out. Disattach this now. I'll show you guys what to do. Sometimes it's difficult to get the tab back in the sticky spot. You just push it down with it and slide it in there like this. Push it and stick it. You never even. Oh, look at that. Clean, baby. God damn it. That's how it's done. Practice that at home. Practice on like any carrier lock. Do not practice it on your unlocked phones. Chances of fucking up are a little too high. Practice on your carrier locked phones because, like I said, it does not matter if it rips. But I only keep mine on just because, like I said, when it ships, it keeps everything tight. What else? We talked about serial numbers, activation status with sealed things. I told you guys already, like IMEI numbers are only on things that have cellular access, so watches, iPads, phones that only have IMEIs. Well, obviously all phones have IMEIs, but like watches and iPads only have them if they're cellular and Wi-Fi. Some things will just be Wi-Fi or GPS, and those will not have IMEI numbers. I think that's everything. You know to check for S1. That's the best one. You know not to buy iCloud stuff. Again, guys, I'm making this video. I'm going off of everything that I try to do on a day-to-day. If you have questions, please DM me, and I'll try to answer you. And if I get a lot of the same questions, goddamn, I'll just make a whole video for it. But for now, I think that's everything for this video. Yeah. Let me check my notes really quick. Yeah. That's pretty much it. Oh, you know what? No. Let's also do this for checking phones as well. This can be more of like, we don't need to share my screen for this. Okay, so this is more of like when you're actually currently buying the phone and the people, the person said, oh, I have this is important. I have like a phone, there's no cracks, blase, blase. What you're going to want to do when you're checking this phone, if there is a screensaver on the phone, always take it off 100% of the time. I don't care if they bitch you out afterwards, like you're buying the phone. Always take it off because you never know if there's cracks under there. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to look at angles like this because a lot of times you'll miss hairline cracks that your direct buyers will not miss, and you'll get deducted the money. So you always want to take off the screensavers, take off the cases. I don't care. Like there's been times I had to fucking get sick and take that case off. You gotta always see the back. You guys always gotta see the front. Check the camera lenses. Check the charging port to make sure it's charging. What I do is I have like a little go bag. I bring it with me. It's just like a bag. Inside of it, I have like different types of chargers for every phone that I know I'm going to be coming across. And so I have iPhones, I have Android, I have Apple Watch chargers, I have my my little wall pieces, and I'll have like a portable charger because you don't always have plugs for some. If you're in Starbucks and places like that, you'll usually have them, but just to be safe, you always just bring a portable charger with you if you have it. Also, bring like an earring in that bag too. That's pretty much all you need. Is like an earring just to check the SIM or like the IMEI in there just in case you needed that. And then okay, so what you want to do is take off the screen protector. Look at it like this. Use your phone light and check it like this. Take your phone light and check the screen like that. Just a little bit, don't be weird. Just check it like that and make sure there's no cracks. And that's honestly the best way because you would not believe how many times I thought I saw something, my eyes missed it, but the light caught it and it was like a skinny crack that would have been deducted for. So that's important too. What else? This is important when you're also checking phones that have been damaged, especially ones without home buttons. Sometimes if a phone is cracked on the back or the front, the Face ID will stop working. That's $150 deduction from wholesale or direct buyers. So always check that. Like when you're running through the phone, whether you're on the hello screen or whether you're already in the phone, just check to see if the Face ID works. You go into the settings and you just check it. If you can see your face and it doesn't give you like an error sign, you'll know if it's broken. If it's broken, it'll say Face ID is unavailable. That's $150 deduction for you. So make sure you catch that. What else? Everything else is minor. Nothing else really to be. Those are just pretty much the things you want to do. I'll write a little list for you guys. I'll write like a little checklist, I think. Yeah, so that way you guys can have like a checklist. That'll be dope. Okay. Other than that, I think that's it. You guys are doing awesome. You guys are already on, what is this? Fourth video, something like that. I don't know. I'm over here. My hair's frizzy. I'm tired. Okay, guys. Okay, hey you guys. In this video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to pretty much just get paid. I'm going to show you guys how to do your PayPal invoices for the direct buyers. They pay via PayPal beforehand. So whenever you get your item, like you would make your invoice, they pay it, and then you would ship it out like same day or next day, the latest. And then also I'm going to teach you guys how to list on eBay. And it's pretty self-explanatory, but if you don't, if you're new to it, it can be a little confusing. So I'm just going to talk about that. Also going to talk about like bad ESN phones because I feel like I didn't touch up on that enough in my past videos. And then also, if I get things in my head, I know there are things I want to talk about. So we're just going to get into it. So right now, I'm going to show you guys how to do an invoice with through PayPal, how to make an invoice for the direct buyers. I'm going to share my screen. So when you're on PayPal, you're going to want to go to your main screen. You're going to want to go down to where it says create an invoice. And you're just going to click that. So right now, what I have on me, I'm going to sell, which I literally bought this a few days ago, and I just found this in my closet. I completely forgot I even had it. So I'm going to get paid for that really quick. Okay, so this is a B grade, carrier locked, XS Max, 64 gigabyte, So what we're going to do is we're going to go under, obviously I'm not going to do eBay just because when it comes to phones, I feel like personally, direct buyers is just the way to go. Like literally maybe even 10 times out of 10, 9 times out of 10, because there's very rare instances like if this was this is an AT&T phone, but it's blacklisted. Let's just say this was an AT&T phone and it was a clean ESN. Like, there was still a balance on it, but no one had reported it stolen or lost or anything like that. So the ESN was clean. AT&T phones are the only carrier that you can hook up a phone that still has a balance on it to somebody else's account and they can still use it. So those, with AT&T phones, if you can find a clean ESN phone, that will go for a little bit more on eBay. I mean, we're talking about $40 more. So again, I've had so many instances where I would sell a clean ESN AT&T phone to somebody for that $40, $50 more, and then 6 weeks later I'm getting a return request talking about how they never got it. So it's just like, do you want to deal with people who are just trying to get a free phone, or do you want to sell to our trusted wholesalers so we know are honest and are going to pay us and not going to scam us at the last minute? So okay, so what you're going to want to do is, this is the create invoice page. You're going to want to come down here. All you're going to want to do is fill this out. Okay, so first, this is important. I have the 2 buyers. I'm going to see who's paying more, because sometimes one will pay more than the other. Okay, I'm under easy right now. We're under used iPhones. AT&T, 64 gigabyte. He's paying for B grade $370. That's not bad. That is not bad at all. I paid $240 for this phone, so that's pretty nice. Okay, and then Premier buybacks. Used iPhones. Okay, he's paying used conditions. He's paying $350. Also, Easy's paying literally $20 more right now. That's why you always check. Always check both of them. You know what I'm saying? If you collect more wholesales as you go, just collect them. Always check. Always check. There's one time. Oh my God, there was one time when I think it was Easy. I was selling to Easy, and his price for it was like an unlocked 11, like a brand new unlocked iPhone 11 was like $390, or it was like $380, something like that. Something low. So I bought it, or maybe it was like $490. I forget what it was. But either way, when I last minute checked like Premier buybacks, and Premier buybacks was paying like $120 more. I was like, I can't believe I almost sold it to him. Like, you always want to check, because you got $20 extra just right there. Sheesh, if I would have missed out on that, you know what I'm saying? So what we're going to want to do is go back to the invoice. You're going to type in their address, which is their address, or their not address, their email. Their email, you can find their email under general info. So it's this one. This is the one you're going to want to use, the sales at Easy Trade-In. So you're going to type that info. Oops. It should pop up. There it is. At Easy Trade-In. Always, before you send an invoice, please, guys, remember to text them on WhatsApp and let them know that you're about to send an invoice over. Just do that every single time, because you just want them to be aware. They don't really know where it's coming from. They're not always memorizing our emails and stuff, so you just definitely want to give them a heads up. Okay, so now we go down to here. So this is how we fill out the invoice. So iPhone, it's pretty basic. iPhone XS Max, 64 gigabyte, is gold. AT&T locked, you would put like the carrier and then you just put locked. And then B grade, the grade it is, and then you just want to put the IMEI number at the end of that. So the IMEI number is on the hello screen. I'm just going to type it in. It's 35309 310 399 4479. And that's literally it. Then under price, you're going to put the price, and he was paying $370, right? $370, and that's literally it. That's how you do a PayPal invoice. If you have more items, well, let's just say I had something else, you would just do this. And then if you had another one, you would just continue to click add lines. There's times when those lines will get long if you have really good days. So that's just how you would do it. You just it goes, so the phone, the gigabyte, the color, the carrier, the condition, B grade, C grade, sealed, open box, handset only, whatever the condition is, and then the IMEI is the last. And then that's it. So then you just click send. And that's how you do a PayPal invoice. Easy peasy. Okay, so now we're also going to go to eBay. I'm going to show y'all how to list on eBay. Do I have anything I need to list on eBay? Oh, right, I have this. Okay, so I have a Note 10 here that I got. It's used. It has like the box and the charger and everything. But it is used. He said they used it for like a month. So what I'm going to do, this is like the easiest way. I didn't just realize how to do this, but I definitely didn't do this when I first started. I would usually go under sell and like just fill everything out like that. But a much easier way to do this is to click on here and then just type in Samsung Galaxy. Okay, so Note 10 Plus. This phone is bad ESN. Let's go into a little bit of that since we're on the subject of bad ESN and eBay. This phone is T-Mobile, by the way. The Note 10 is T-Mobile. Whenever you have a carrier, a phone that's attached to a carrier, I don't give a crap what it is. You always appraise it as bad ESN. Don't be going on here typing in Samsung Galaxy Note. I'm gonna show you why. 10 plus, right? And then type in T-Mobile. Okay, so then, okay, let's just pretend we didn't do bad ESN. Let's go down and, what we're praising. Let's go to sold items. Okay, what are we seeing right here? 10 plus, $6.99 or $6.69. This one automatically says bad ESN below. This one says $6.20, $6.20, $7.75, $7.25. Unless you put bad ESN, look, this one says T-Mobile $5.70. Unless you put bad ESN, people who are buying, remember, you're not just like, there's a lot of like direct buyers that will buy like overseas, that will buy your phones and stuff, but a lot of the times it will be like an actual, just like a normal person buying, they have T-Mobile and they want to buy a Note 10 Plus. That's cool, but they don't. Not everybody has the information that a phone is bad ESN. If there's still a balance on this, it will blacklist within a matter of weeks to months. Period. Verizon. Only carrier that doesn't do that is AT&T. Sprint, Verizon, T-Mobile, Metro, whatever, Spectrum, all that shit. It will all blacklist. It will all go bad, sour after a few months, weeks, comparing on when you bought it, from the person. So let's just say I bought this from this person, right? 3 months from now, this phone could blacklist whoever I sold it to. If I sold it to Nancy for $5.70, because I'm saying that it's, I'm not mentioning that it's bad ESN, then all of a sudden Nancy's gonna be like, what the fuck? My phone doesn't work anymore. The service is cut off. It's blocked. It's blacklisted. Like, I'm gonna need my refund. We do not want that. Trust me, we do not want that, you guys. Having refunds on eBay is no fun, and this is an easy way just to avoid it. Always appraise everything at bad ESN. Always sell everything at bad ESN. Like I said, the only time that's not gonna be the case, which is not that rare. It's pretty popular. If you want to get AT&T phones, okay, for instance, my phone's AT&T, right? If I were to sell this to someone down the street, and then I just didn't pay my bill back, he could literally just hook this up on his AT&T plan and use my phone. He would just have to pop in his SIM card. But let's just say that, because some people, they're hustlers, right? They buy phones, they report them lost, they get that new replacement phone in the mail. Then this phone, if somebody were to do that, then this phone would be blacklisted and nobody could use on AT&T. It's just carrier locked, it's bad ESN. The direct buyers, when they're buying, when you see things that say like carrier locked, to them that's bad ESN, that's black. It can be blacklisted, it can be bad ESN, it can be clean ESN, it can be whatever. It just means carrier locked. You can't do nothing with it. So that's pretty much it. Is the same meaning, they just use a different term. They say carrier locked. It is just the equivalent of bad ESN or blacklisted or whatever. So yeah, definitely always want to be looking for bad ESN. Oh, this is another new thing also. eBay recently, I think January, beginning of this year, February, something like that, they made it like you're not supposed to say bad ESN when you sell on eBay anymore. So obviously there's ways around that. I guess they were just doing it because they didn't want people like selling like stolen crap and stuff like that, which is understandable. But for us sellers, we have to find a way around that, because we understand that when we're talking about bad ESN, it doesn't necessarily mean it's stolen. It just means that it's someone couldn't pay the bill and it got blacklisted. You know what I'm saying? So I usually just type in bad ESN when I'm appraising still, because something will pop up. Like, look, okay, this one popped up, bad ESN. Some people will just make it one word. That's how they'll get past their robots, because if you just do bad ESN, a lot of times it won't even let you go through. So this one says bad ESN. This one says, oh, that one's cracked. But look, bad ESN, one word. Just make it one word, and usually that pushes through. eBay won't even have anything to say about that. They're pretty understandable too. eBay's the customer service people are awesome. So 500, 450. This one's bad ESN for $3.99. So that's just how you would appraise it. You would do your apples to apples, like what I said in that one, the last, I think it was like 2 videos before this. $4.89. I would just do like, okay, for me in this case, I have the charger, so that one's going for $500. Let's see why this one's sold for $3.99. Because sometimes it'll have cracks on it, and you won't even, it won't say it in the title. Oh, it doesn't have a pen. That might be what it is. Honestly, I've noticed that whenever you sell Samsungs without the pens, it's sort of a drastic change. People like the Note Plus and people like the Notes because of the little pen that they have. So that could be it. But or you're gonna just lowball it just to sell it fast, because everything else is selling for a little bit more than that. I'm seeing 450, 445, 500, 529. That 529, that 529 is brand new in the box. You can see that the charger and earpieces and stuff haven't been used, so that's probably not it. So I would do like 489, 450. 445, and then I would, add them up and divide that by 3 and get my median. But regardless, so that's how I would appraise. You always just want to make sure that you're doing bad ESN, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're going to do Sprint, or Sprint bad ESN, every carrier bad ESN. The only time, you know, you're not really doing that is if it's unlocked. And even then, if you have an unlocked phone from Apple and somebody reported it stolen, that IMEI is going to be blacklisted. The IMEI is what, you know, allows you to hook the phones up to carriers and stuff like that. If it's blacklisted, you can't do anything with it. So you would have to put unlocked IMEI, or I'm sorry, unlocked bad ESN when you're appraising. But even so, I think unlocked bad ESN phones, they don't go for that much less than the normal unlocked price. So that's still a win. But yeah, look, Sprint 444, 450, 450. So I would say 450 is a pretty solid price to sell a used Note 10 Plus. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back to T-Mobile. And this is how we're going to list it. I'm going to click this one. Is that the same color as mine? Let's try to find the same color. This color is black, but I don't know if there's like a special color, what they call it. It's just, oh, Aurora Black. That's Aurora Glow. That one's Aurora Black, but okay, whatever. We'll just click. It's not. We can change that. So we're just gonna click this listing, and then we're gonna click sell one like this. This is so much easier than just starting from sell, you guys. So now we're under here. Also, I never do this on my laptop. I always just do this on my phone, and it actually looks different, but it's the same principle. It's actually maybe a little bit easier. So condition is used. Just fill out the whatever. Yeah, excellent condition. Comes with, yep, charging cable and the original box, headphones, and then we're just gonna continue to list. I literally already filled out everything for me, because if I didn't do that, I would have to manually fill in everything. You know what I'm saying? So now that we're under here, I'm gonna change the Aurora Glow to Aurora Black. That's the name of it apparently. Oops. I'm gonna do T-Mobile bad ESN. I'm gonna take out this single SIM. That's I don't have to have that there. Bad ESN. And that's what my title's gonna look like. Then we're gonna come down here. Make sure that your condition says use. Everything else is pretty much the same, because you copied and pasted such a good apples to apple versions that everything just sort of copied and pasted over. Add your pictures here. Take some good pictures. Make sure it has like good lighting and stuff like that. Honestly, when it comes to taking pictures, I would do like a front, a back, and then if you had damage, like let's just say it was cracked, I would take like a good picture of the crack. Other than that, you know, I wouldn't. Some people be posting like 15 pictures. You don't need to do all that. That's doing too much. So then just go down. You don't need to fill anything else out. Look, no, we're locked. It already has everything. The model number, it has everything already filled out for you, because you did sell a similar item. It's so awesome. Item description. I would put just the title. So Samsung Note 10 Plus. In good condition. No cracks or damages. Comes with the box and the accessories. Oh my god. I'm gonna try to spell that right. Okay, so then we're going to go down here. Okay, this is another thing that's important to you guys. Another thing that happened this year, PayPal and eBay sort of had, I don't know what, they just didn't communicate proper. Because, you know, everything from eBay a lot of times goes to your PayPal, unless you choose to go a different way, but most people just choose PayPal. So when you have a return, let's just say somebody bought something for, you know, $100, and then they want a return. PayPal used to refund them that 3% that they take out, but now they're not. So now when people are wanting to return and get a refund back, that 3% is coming out of your pocket. So what you're gonna need to do in all your descriptions, I would make like a copy and paste PDF for this, but it's, you know, every description is so different. So just remember to do this. You're just gonna want to put this. All returns or accidental buys will have a 3% restocking fee. I don't know. Restocking is going right back in your closet, baby. But that way, I've been doing this for, you know, since like PayPal made that change, and I haven't gotten one person to be like, oh no, everyone just says, oh yeah, I understand. So overturns or accidental buys will have a 3% restocking fee added. So pretty much that means that whenever you're refunding them, you can just go and deduct that 3%, so you're not losing any money, because it will add up. If you know, especially there's weeks that, you know, if you get like a couple refunds or people accidentally buy the item and then want a refund back, that shit can add up. You know what I'm saying? 3% adds up, especially when you have 5, if you have 5 in a week. You know what I'm saying? So that way you have this stated, people see it before they understand it. They're not going to argue against it. And that's literally what I would write. Samsung Note, Samsung Note 10 Plus. Maybe. That's it. It's simple. You guys gotta keep it simple. It's not hard. This is not hard. You have to understand, eBay is such a mass selling like platform. Like you're really getting people from all over the world, not just the United States or Canada. You're getting people who live in like freaking Dubai, having forwarding addresses in Delaware, so they can get the phone sent and then directed to them. Like you're literally getting worldwide views. So eBay's awesome. You really are reaching millions with this platform. I love it. So now you would go down to, this is important. Oh, I'm so glad we're going to talk about this. Now you're going to go down to the pricing thing. Never do auctions. Always do buy it now. Just don't waste your time with auctions. Auctions take way too long to do. It's too much hassle. Just buy it now, which is why we do the appraisal apples to apples. So I think the price for this one average was $450. Just do a buy it now $450. Period. Like don't if you want to, you can have buyers do offers, but if you want to. I personally don't do it. I'll do it sometimes, but if you want to, if you feel like, I got this for such a low price, I'm willing to be open to offers so I can sell it quick, click the button. But, for the most part, buy it now. Ignore. You have your PayPal information. You make sure your PayPal information is correct, because that's going to go straight to your account. This is something that you want to do now. I used to always click this, but now since PayPal has done that whole they're not refunding the 3% fee anymore, I don't click this button. I keep this unclicked. And all that button does is make like if the person buys it, they have to pay immediately. But now that when you don't click this button, the person has up to 48 hours to pay. This gives you a safety, because whenever it comes to like people, there's a lot of people who sometimes will accidentally buy. And they're like, oh my God, I didn't mean to buy it. Can you please, cancel? Before, if you did the requirement thing, you would have to refund them the money, then you lose out the 3%, then you have to hassle with them with like, okay, this way it just gives you the option to like, just give people time to understand if they want to buy it or not. So that way there's no mistakes. You know what I'm saying? And even if the person, I absolutely bought it. Well, it's cool. You didn't pay yet. You still have 48 hours. You didn't pay yet. I'll cancel it. It's fine. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't click that anymore. I used to back in the day, would recommend it, but not since that new rule passed. Okay. Now it's all this stuff. Skip. Now we're going to go down to the shipping. I always do free shipping, personally. Always, unless it's like an extremely heavy, like sometimes if I'm selling like a PS4 or I have like a really heavy ass like electronic, I'll charge for that. It's like crazy, you know what I'm saying? But unless it's like a PS4, unless it's like a big ass iMac, unless you're selling like the other day I sold an electric skateboard that was really heavy, I'll charge for that, But phones, laptops, iPads, don't charge for shipping. Why? Amazon has created such like a high standard when it comes to that free 2-day shipping. People are just expecting it now, so we're just trying to match that. You know what I'm saying? So, fill out this information. You would just do it with like a fake ass link, because it doesn't have to be accurate yet, but it won't let you go through if it is. So if we're going to do free shipping, we're going to do whatever. This can all be, I'm going to teach you guys about shipping too. This will be just do whatever priority, blah, blah, blah. No international shipping. I would not ship international. I don't know, because I've had a lot of international people say they're interested in buying the course. So maybe if you're from international, you would consider shipping international, but I personally don't. I think it's too much of a hassle. So if you're in the United States, I would just stick to shipping domestically, because people will, like I said, have forwarding addresses to get them to where they need to go. So that's literally it. All this shit. Okay, you have to do the dimensions. Just fucking make up some random shit. I don't care. Don't click anything here. This is not worth the money. Not for what we do. Okay. Oh, usually you get like fees, but I got like a free listing thing, so they're not gonna charge me for fees. That fee I think would be like 10 cents. But I'm just gonna click list item. You're always gonna get those to your email too. Like the next look. I'll see, look, bad ESN RMI, so not parts are not working. Oh, I know what I did. This is another thing. Thank you, eBay. I almost forgot. Whenever you put like bad ESN, you can't sell it. Even though it is a used phone, there's nothing wrong with it. You have to sell it as for parts are not working. So every phone you get that's carrier, it's locked to a carrier, Verizon, Sprint, AT&T, T-Mobile, Spectrum, Xfinity, you're putting it as bad ESN, and then you're also having, under the condition, has to be for parts are not working. You cannot sell it as used. It won't go through. So always put it as for parts are not working. I almost forgot about that. So then remember, you would put your pictures there too. I haven't taken pictures yet, so I don't think. So then let's try to list it, see if it goes through. I forgot anything. I never use my laptop to do this. I always use my phone. I just have the eBay app on my phone. I take pictures and I do it. Yep, there it is. So now it's posted. I'm not actually going to go on there and cancel it because I have to take pictures, but now you guys know how to do it. So now it went through. Yeah, I got a couple things up there now. I bought so many different Apple Watches. I've been selling them in my pockets. Oh no, did I sign out? Okay, so that's how you do that's how you sell on eBay. I feel like there's something else that I need to say in regards to. Oh yeah, that's right. I was going to teach you guys how to ship. Okay, so when it comes to shipping on eBay, this is pretty easy. I'm also going to show you how to do it with PayPal. This is pretty easy. You're going to go down to selling. Oops. You're going to click shipping labels. I never use my laptop. Hold on. I do ballet. That's why I was looking at that. Okay, so you're going to go under sold. That's what it is. So yeah, you go under sold, and this is where you see everything that you sold. So the other day I sold another Note 10 Plus that I had. And so what you're going to do is simple. Click print shipping label. Easy peasy. Okay, so now this is when you want to be a little bit more concise with your like dimensions and weight. That weighs under a pound. I could sell this as first class or ship it as first class. With first class packaging, it's obviously the cheapest, but it has to be under 16 ounces. You know what I'm saying? And usually you do it you can't really do a box. You have to do like an envelope, like a big padded envelope. Let me pause this and go show you guys what I'm talking about. That would be a good idea. Hold on. Okay, so this is first class envelope, right? I always get mine with the bubbles in it. If I have like a single phone like this shit, I'll wrap this up in bubble wrap and I'll just put it in there. I'll ship that out for like $4. I'll make sure that shit's heavily bubble wrapped though. This is also first class. This is just a bigger one. I might use this. I don't know. Weird shit. Sometimes if I have like old MacBooks, like Arts Max books, I'll just throw them, wrap them up really good, throw them here, ship this out for cheap. This is not first class. This is priority mail. If you have something that says priority mail on it, you have to ship it out priority. And also, if you have something that says priority mail, you can't ship this out first class. You can't ship this out first class. They're not going to let you do it. So save your time and money and listen to me. For shipping out, this is just a medium shipping box. Like for shipping out iPads, a lot. Like I'll use these because I'll just stock this up with phones and then I'll ship this out. And then these come in different sizes, but these are priority, which means that you'll have to do priority shipping. I'm going to show you guys what priority shipping is. Let me show this again. Okay, so look, priority USPS priority mail package. You would click that. I love eBay because eBay always gives you a percentage, like you save 5%, so you're going to be paying like $7.56 to ship that out. That's dope because on PayPal it's a little bit more expensive, but look, for the envelope, flat rate envelope, you would click this one. You know what I'm saying? But first class package, you cannot put a first class package label on this. They will not ship it. And you do not want to risk yourself getting lost in the post office hall of doom. It is awful. It is awful. So you just want to be as correct as you possibly can. So in this scenario, let me actually just do this. This one, did I have a box for this one? I did have a box. So because I had a box, it's probably over, I would say, I'm just going to put a pound to be safe. Priority lets you go up to 70 pounds. So that's awesome. So I'm going to put a pound, and then I'm going to click update. And I'm just going to click the flat rate envelope because I'm definitely going to put it in the envelope because it has the box. The box will protect the phone. I'm just going to put one thing of bubble wrap over it and it'll be good to go. And then I'm going to go down and I'm just going to click, you have other options. You can do insurance. I will do insurance on packages for only $4,000 and up. I won't insure anything under that. Also require a signature. If for anything over $700, I will require a signature because people like to scam you. And if they sign for it, you can't get scammed 9 times out of 10. So this is $445. I'm not going to put a signature on it. I'm just going to go down, click print, purchase and print, and then you would just click print. Honestly, my printer's out of ink, so what I haven't been doing lately is just having to go to Office Depot and print it. I need to get ink so bad. Oh my gosh. Okay, so that's how you do it on eBay. Let me show you how to do it with PayPal. Hey you guys, sorry. I went to go run an errand and then I got caught up and my whole day went by and I never actually finished the video that day. So we're back and right now I'm going to be finishing showing you guys how to ship via PayPal. Once your supplier has paid your invoice, how to actually go into PayPal and like ship your label out. And they're usually always asked to put an invoice in it. So I'm going to teach you guys how to put an invoice inside of it and all that. So show my screen. Okay, so once they've paid you, you're just going to want to, I'll show you. Once you're in your main screen, you're just going to go down to the part where it says, okay, like this part right down here where it says recent activity. You're going to go down where you see the payment. You see it says payment from Easy completed. You're just going to click on that. And then it's going to bring you to the screen. There's like the room. That's the phone I had sold them. Okay, so now you're just going to click print packing slip. This is just your invoice. They always ask that you put it inside the boxes, just so it makes it easier for them, I'm guessing. But so you just make your invoice like this, and then you just click print, and you print that out. I've already done this, but then you go back. Once you printed that out, now you have your invoice, and then you just go under ship. It's pretty self-explanatory. You go under ship, and then just like with eBay, you fill out the information. So with one phone, this is important, with direct buyers, never ship it first class because first class is cheaper, but it also takes 3 to 5 days or 2 to 5 days. It usually ends up being around 4 to 5 days. So they always ask that you ship it priority, and depending on where you're at, but usually you get there within 2 days. So they always ask to do priority. So whenever you sell to a direct buyer, even if it's just one phone, and you can fit it in a first rate package, always just ship it priority. Just wrap it up real well, put it in like a small priority box for like $7, and then you're good to go. Never do signature confirmation with them. They ask me not to. So then you just click calculate shipping costs. Honestly, ignore this because my laptop's been giving me these issues. I've actually been printing my labels off on my iMac desktop. You okay? I don't know why my laptop's been doing this. It's not PayPal. It's just my laptop. Like I've been able to print it fine off of my iMac. I don't have Zoom on my iMac, so I've just been doing it here. But usually you just be able to click and then click confirm pay and come out of your bank account or your PayPal balance, and that's how you do that. So that's literally all there is to know about shipping. Let me think if there's anything else that I need to tell you guys. I will just keep uploading it. Please, if you feel free to, if you have any more questions, either ask it into the group chat. If you're not into the group chat, DM me on Instagram or Twitter, and I will get you added into the group chat. And if you feel like I have to touch up on some things, I have no issues doing that. You guys need to let me know what you guys want me to talk about, because I think I'm getting the basics of stuff. If you guys want me to go into more details or expand on certain subjects, I already have all this knowledge in my head. I just need you guys to remind me so I can pull it out. So just let me know. Thanks, guys. Hey, you guys, I'm going to be showing you guys how to quickly do work through Canva, because I know some people are having issues with it. And it's actually really simple. I'm just going to share my screen, and we're going to get right into it. Okay, so the first thing you want to do, like we talked about before, is that you're going to want to for Craigslist, it's easiest just to steal somebody else's picture. So whatever city you're in, just think of another city that you're not close to and type that into here. For me, I put Orlando, right, Orlando, Florida. And now I'm going to go under here on the search Craigslist bar. I'm going to click iPhone Fire and see what pops up. Oops, did it go through? Yeah. Okay, cool. So here we have a bunch of different options we can choose from. Honestly, let's take one. Let's take this one. This one looks pretty cool. So I'm going to take this one, right? What you're going to do is you're going to just copy and paste it or save it. However your computer is. If you have a MacBook, you can just copy and paste it. Anything else, I think you can just, double click and then just click save image. So now that you have this saved to your computer, you're going to go to Canva. You're going to go to create design right here. Literally just click Instagram posts, whatever, anything. Just click anything random. So this isn't that important. This just is like the dimensions. So just pick whatever dimensions you think the picture will fit in. So for this one, I look pretty square. I click Instagram. Go down to here to uploads. Upload an image. Literally just, let me see. Here's my desktop screen started. Okay, so just upload that. Oops, where'd it go? Sorry. Go back to uploads. Upload it to there. Then go back to elements. That's what you're going to use next. So once you're here, just make it big, pull it out, make it big. It doesn't have to be pretty. Actually, believe it or not, the uglier the pictures look, the more eye-catching they are. So the uglier you can get it, the better. You feel what I'm saying? That's a little something I learned along the way. Okay, so we have this right here. So now I don't have to figure out about having to make this whole thing on Canva because, guys, I'm not that techie. I don't know how to do all this shit. Like, I don't know how to add phones and do stuff like that. It's like super, I don't know how to do that. So what I do know how to do is go into the Canva, go under elements. This is the one that you're going to want to find. This little thing right here. Mine's under recently used, but I think if you go down under lines, let's see all for lines. Let's see if it's under there. There it is, right there. So click that. You're just going to want to click one. And then what you're going to want to do is just make it big. Stretch it out on both sides. Make it as big as you can. And put it right there, right underneath the, cover up the number. Match the color with the rest of the theme. So this is black. Cool. Bam. That's how you do it. Now you're going to get your text, add your heading, pull that down. Let's make that white. So make your heading white right here. Pull that down. Oops. What the heck? Pull it down to here. Add your number in. You feel what I'm saying? And now you have a perfectly brand new ad that nobody else in your area has. So you're not going to be competing with people. People aren't going to be pissed off sending you nasty text messages talking about why you stealing my my ad pic. So now you stole somebody from a completely different state. You know how to take like the little line, stretch it out, and then you just add your number. And honestly, make your number bold if you want to. Like, this is a nice long green one, so let's do like this. So it sticks out. And then you would just save it, download it, and that's how you use Canva. If you guys have any other questions, let me know.